free parking, and mascot appearances at Wayne State Fieldhouse. Create a family tradition with the 2026-27
en Prospect Center, la cancha de San Antonio Spurs. Spurs contra los Blazers. Es la quinta vez que los Spurs se topan contra los Blazers en la postemporada. Y para que sepa, mi primer año en la liga, en la NBA, fue con los Blazers en 1990. Y en 1990 fue la primera vez que los Spurs se toparon contra los Blazers en la postemporada con los...
Many people at the beginning of the season thought they would be in, while the Spurs, I think a lot of folks expected them to be in the playoffs. Maybe not at 62 wins, maybe not the number 2 overall seed, not just in the Western Conference, but in the NBA. But here they are, and they are a legit championship favorite. The Trailblazers come into this game winners of 11 of their last 15, including the play-in win in Phoenix on Tuesday night, and they are fully healthy for the first time this year. Victor Wembanyama, who is announced as a finalist for the NBA Defensive Player of the Year award just a couple of hours ago, has not played against the Trailblazers this season. He will tonight. Danny Avdia earlier today was announced as a finalist for the most improved player in the NBA, and both of these teams are amped up and ready to go. And as Casey Holdall mentioned in the pregame show, it's rest versus rust, as this Spurs team has not played since Sunday, and they did not play a full complement of players. The Blazers, meanwhile, a win on the road at Phoenix on Tuesday night and have had a few days off before they played the Spurs tonight in San Antonio. The 5th meeting all-time in the postseason between these two teams. The Blazers have lost 3 out of those 4, including the 2014 second round 4-1, the last time that the Trailblazers and the Spurs met in the postseason. We'll take a timeout. We'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip coming up from San Antonio. It's the Trailblazers and the Spurs in Game 1 of the Western Conference playoffs, coming up next on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
Remember your first time in Portland? The rivers and bridges, the streets buzzing with energy. We all arrive on our own unique path. But no matter what brought you here, Rip City is the one bridge that connects us all. From visitor to local, onlooker to lifelong fan. Our home is the Northwest, and Rip City runs deep.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
What does it mean to be better? It's different for everyone. It comes in all sizes, big and small, short and tall, young and younger. Better is a lofty leap, or a baby step, or every step and misstep in between. Better is a challenge to push more than yesterday, more than ever before. Perfectly unique, ever evolving at our own pace, one step at a time. Better is real, especially when we go there together. Be better. Moda Health.
Rip City, get ready. This is Damian Lillard. The playoffs are now.
Back in San Antonio, getting set for the Trailblazers and the Spurs in the opening game of the first round of the 2026 NBA playoff. As I mentioned a bit ago, the first time the Blazers have been in the playoffs in 5 years. The first time the Spurs have been in the playoffs in 7 years. For starting lineups, we'll start with San Antonio. It'll be De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, and Victor Wembanyama. The Spurs with the second best record in the Western Conference at 62-20, 32-8 at home, coached by Mitch Johnson in his second season, first full season with a record of 94-65, the 19th coach in franchise history. For the Portland Trailblazers, let's hear from the players.
Scoot Henderson, number 00 from G-League Ignite.
Drew Holiday, number 5 from San Fernando Valley, California.
Donovan Clingan, number 23 from the University of Connecticut.
Tumani Kamara, number 33 from Brussels, Belgium.
Denny Avdia, number 8 from Herzliya, Israel.
The Trailblazers, the 7th seed in the Western Conference, 42 wins and 40 losses, 18-23 on the road, and they took down the Phoenix Suns in the play-in round on Tuesday night in Phoenix, coached by Tiago Splitter, the acting head coach of this Trailblazers team, won a championship as a player with the San Antonio Spurs back in 2014. The Blazers have not fared well in San Antonio in their playoff history. The first time these two teams met in the postseason, the second round in 1990, the Blazers won that series 4-3. First round in 93, the Spurs won 3-1. Western Conference Finals in 1999, the Spurs got the sweep. And the second round in 2014, the Spurs won that series in 5 games. In fact, the Trailblazers have never won a playoff game in San Antonio. They are 0-10 on the road against the Spurs in the postseason. And they have not fared well in first games of series in their franchise history. They are 23-37 all-time in game ones, which is the worst winning percentage in the entire NBA in game ones. However, in their last 2 playoff series, they did win game 1 of both those series. 2020 in the bubble, first round against the Lakers. They took game 1, lost that series in 5 games. 2021 in the first round against the Denver Nuggets. They won game 1 in Denver, but would lose that series in 6 games. The last time the Blazers won a playoff series was 2019 in the second round against the Denver Nuggets in 7 games before they would go on to fall to the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. For the Spurs, the last time they won a playoff series, the 2017 second round, they beat the Rockets in 6 games before they would be swept by the Golden State Warriors. Any team in the West would certainly see a trend in that era, losing to the Golden State Warriors. The officials tonight: Josh Tiven in his 16th season, Courtney Kirkland in his 26th, J.B. DeRosa in his 9th, the alternate Aaron Smith, in the replay center Brent Barnaky and John Goble. The Blazers in their association edition uniforms, white jerseys, white shorts, Blazers across the chest in black with the numbering and lettering in black with red trim, and the red and black sash down the jerseys diagonally from right to left and down the left side of the shorts. The San Antonio Spurs are wearing their City Edition uniforms. They are their Fiesta Edition. Black jerseys, black shorts. It says San Antonio at an angle across the chest in script with the colors pink, blue, and orange underneath. The colors we see all around the building tonight for their Fiesta theme, with the numbering and lettering in white with black and white trim. The Blazers making their way to the floor. Donovan Clingan in the center court circle as he will jump it up for Portland in his first playoff game at 7'2", 280. The 22-year-old in his second year out of UConn will jump it up against Victor Wembanyama in his third season out of France. 7'4", 235. He is 22 years old. Drew Holiday, the lone starter for the Blazers who has playoff experience. He has played in 97 games. That is more than everyone else in the starting lineup combined. 7 games for De'Aaron Fox. That's it. There is a lot of playoff firsts for both of these teams coming tonight, although both of these teams do have a lot of players off the bench tonight with a lot of playoff experience. Drew Holiday has won 2 rings. For San Antonio, Luke Cornett a couple of years ago with Boston has won a ring. Harrison Barnes with the Warriors. On the Blazers staff, we mentioned it with Tiago Splitter. Also, James Posey as a player won a ring with Boston. And Nate Bjorkgren as an assistant coach with Toronto. There's plenty of playoff experience on both of these teams. It's just not in the starting lineup. The Blazers will go from right to left. San Antonio from left to right. And the opening tip is controlled by the Spurs. The playoffs are underway for the first time in 5 years for the Trailblazers. De'Aaron Fox at midcourt has the ball, defended by Drew Holiday. Fakes left, gets a screen, but goes the other way to the wing. Now he attacks to the elbow, gives it up to the corner. Here's Castle, penetrates, stops, works underneath, and kicks it out to Vassell. Covered by Avdia, out to the perimeter for Wembanyama. Dribbles through, puts it up, tough angle, no good. Loose ball is collected by Denny Avdia. Blazers get a stop on the first possession of the game. Avdia will slow it down as he brings it across the timeline in front of Castle. Left-hand dribble, bumped on the perimeter. Works it near side up top to Klingon. Thought about the three in front of Wembanyama. Now back to Avdia. Top of the key, drives, attacks, in traffic. Banks it up, no good. Loose ball is knocked to the near side, out of bounds. And Avdia is on the floor, and he is in some pain. He is on his back, still on the floor. And San Antonio's going to get it in. The fans here boo as Denny was very slow to get up. Limps a little bit, heading back to the other end of the floor. So the Spurs will have it 41 seconds in as both teams missed on their first possessions of the night. Julian Champagnie will get it in from the near side, and Castle will take it across. Castle was a teammate with Donovan Klingon a couple of years ago at UConn when they won a national championship. Castle at the elbow, working against his former teammate, turns, fades, puts it in for the first points of the postseason. 2-0 San Antonio. And here's Avdia coming back the other way. Gives it up to Kamara near side. Now to Klingon straight away. Holds the ball in front of Wembanyama. Looks left. Denny's got it on the wing. Castle closes on him. Now back to Klingon. Straight away. Avdia three-pointer. Buries it. And that is a great sign for the Trailblazers, as Avdia has not shot the three ball well over the last couple of months. 3-2 Blazers their first lead. Here's Wembanyama on the drive. Puts it up. No good. His own rebound is no good, and he is fouled. And the first free throws of the series will go to Victor Wembanyama. That's on Donovan Klingon. He claims he had his hands up. From our radio position here, we are on the other side of the floor. So the Spurs are going from left to right. If you're watching on TV and listening to us, they are going from right to left. But we're about, maybe 12 rows or so back behind the baseline on the other end, at the back of the 100 level. It's a very good height to see everything. But you miss a couple of things being up this high on that end of the floor. First free throw was good for Wembanyama. Got 83% this season, his third year. Takes his time. Takes a deep breath at the free throw line and spins the ball. And makes the second. 4-3 Spurs with 1:19 gone by in the first quarter. This time, Scoot Henderson will take it up as De'Aaron Fox defends him. Dribbles right, scoops it to Avdia, sees a seam, looks for Klingon, drives the lane, dunks it in! Right down the center of the lane with the two-hand slam. We'll call that our Les Schwab doing the right thing matters play, as Avdia finds Klingon for the jam. Les Schwab doing the right thing matters. 5-4 Blazers, 1:40 into the first period. Castle's all by himself up top. They're almost daring him to shoot the three. Now he's going to take it, and it's good. Castle shot 33% this year. Here's the lob to Klingon on the other end, but deflected out of bounds off of Wembanyama. Castle was so open and had so much time to shoot that three. I don't care if you're a 1% three-point shooter. You got a great chance of making that shot. 7-5 San Antonio. Just under 2 minutes gone by in the first period. Holiday from the baseline gets it into Kamara. Hits off his fingertips. Might have been deflected by Fox. Into the hands of Vassell. Comes back the other way. Slows it down at the elbow. Now backs it up and gives it up to Fox far wing. Back to Vassell for a deep three-pointer. That's off the mark. And the rebound is grabbed by Castle. Turns, fades. No good. Klingon the rebound. Very physical rebound there from Castle. And now Holiday in the front court on the other end. Slides it to Klingon. Wide open straightaway three. Off the back of the rim, no good. One-hand rebound. Holiday back to Avdia for three. That is up and off. Deflected loose, and Holiday tracks down the offensive board. Now to Denny. Drives underneath. Banks it in. Ties the game at 7. Avdia with 5 of the first 7 points and an assist for the other 2. 9:20 to play first quarter. Here's Fox, drives left, right to the rim with ease and lays it in. Now the outlet to Scoot. Far wing holds the ball, takes off and drives on Fox. Bounce pass to Kamara. Wide open corner three. No, it was long. And the rebound is grabbed by Champagnie. Ahead to Wembanyama. Now he gets it over to Fox, who brings it across on the wing. Pulls up for a transition three. It's an air ball out of bounds. This Spurs team right in the middle of the pack at just under 36% from beyond the arc. They made about 13.5 free throws a game, one less than the Blazers. The Blazers take a lot more. Here's the bounce pass to Avdia, turns the corner, pulls up for a long two, jumper is through. 7 quick points for Denny Avdia in the first 3.5 minutes of this game. We're tied at 9. 8:37 to play first period. Here's Castle with the slow dribble on the oversized logo at center court. Gives it up to Wembanyama. Kamara defends it. Scoops it over to Vassell, turns the corner. Now he has to turn back the other way, nearly lost it. Up top to Castle. Ball faking a drive left, gets underneath, stumbles and throws up a prayer. No good. Avdia the rebound. Then he will bring it back the other way. Fires the pass to Scoot in the corner for 3. Yes, sir! And the Blazers have the 12-9 lead on the three-pointer from Scoot Henderson. 4 minutes gone by first quarter. Here's Wembanyama all by himself on the perimeter. Stripped out of his hands by Kamara, but a foul is called. Thiago Splitter going to look down to the end of the bench to see if he should challenge this one. Kamara did not like that call at all. And I don't think they are going to challenge it. So Kamara picks up his first personal, and that is the second team foul for the Trailblazers. 15 on the shot clock. Here's the inbound to Castle. Again up top by himself. Calling for movement. Gives it to Wembanyama just inside the arc. Defended by 2 different players. Runs it up and puts it through. 4 points for Wembanyama. 12-11. Blazers in front. 7:40 to play in the first. Henderson behind the back. Drives on Champagnie. Spins. Stops. Kicks to the corner for Klingon. Brings it back around. Plenty of time at 12 on the shot clock. Now back to Avdia far side. Works in front of Castle. Screen to the left. He goes to the right. Double team. Now to Klingon. Klingon for 3. Back of the rim. No good. And it's Fox who grabs the board. 12-11 Blazers. Here's Champagnie. Gives it to Vassell. Pulls up. Elbow jumper on the way. That's off the mark. And Klingon pulls down the rebound. Gives it to Scoot. We'll take it the other way. Slows it down on the perimeter. Takes a deep 3 in transition. That's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound is grabbed by Champagnie. Throws it ahead to Wembanyama. He slides into the corner for Vassell for an open 3. That's good. And the Spurs lead at 14-12. It was a good closeout by Scoot, but just a half step late. Both teams have made 2 threes. Here's Holiday near midcourt. Slow dribble between the circles. Vassell defends him up top. Backs it up. Crosses over. Now pulls up for 3. That's no good. Loose ball knocked away out of bounds. It'll be Spurs ball. But a nice job there by Scoot Henderson going up against 3 Spurs rebounders to make sure it wasn't easy for them. Timeout on the floor, 6:37 to play in the first quarter. 14-12 San Antonio on the Trailblazers Audio Network. Back in San Antonio, the Blazers trailing the Spurs 14-12 with 6:37 to play in the first quarter. Rip City ready to strengthen your game this spring. Rip City Hoops Youth Basketball is bringing the energy with spring camps, clinics, and all-girls programming for kids of all ages. Spring opportunities are filling up fast, so check out trailblazers.com/youth basketball. And get ready, Portland. Alex Warren brings the Little Orphan Alex live tour to Moda Center on June 12th. This is your chance to experience his powerful vocals live. Head to rosequarter.com to get your tickets now. Here in the early going, San Antonio shooting 5 of 11 from the floor, while the Blazers 5 of 12. Both teams have made 2 threes. The difference in this game, the 2 free throws from San Antonio. The Spurs have not been whistled for a foul in the first 5+ minutes, while the Blazers have a couple, Toumani Camara and Donovan Clingan. 1 turnover for the Trailblazers tonight. The Spurs have not turned the ball over, and we've had no points off of turnovers in this game, which so far, early for the Blazers, is a good sign, as nobody has turned the ball over more than the Trailblazers this year, and nobody's allowed more points off of turnovers than the Trailblazers this year. That will be a huge factor in tonight's game. One other thing that the Blazers do more than anybody else is score second chance points. Offensive rebounding is going to be critical in this series. The Blazers have a couple here in the early going, both from Drew Holiday, and a couple of second chance points. For San Antonio, they don't give up a lot of second chance points. They have the #1 defensive rebound rate in the entire NBA. And the Blazers are going to need to offensive rebound well, not just tonight, but in this entire series, if they want to have a chance. Out of the timeout, we will see some changes for the Blazers. Deni Avdija, Toumani Camara come back out onto the floor, but along with Robert Williams III, Jeremy Grant, and Matisse Thybulle. The Spurs have Vassell. Harper checks in, so does Keldon Johnson, along with Castle and Wembanyama. Here's the inbound to Harper, and he will take it back the other way. 20-year-old rookie out of Rutgers brings it across the timeline, gives it up to Johnson. On the wing, cross-court pass to Vassell. Puts up a 3 over Williams. No good, but the rebound grabbed underneath by Vassell. Throws it away into the hands of Grant. Their first turnover. Avdija bounce pass to Grant in the corner. Holds the ball away from Johnson. Starts his dribble. Now to Thybulle, back to Grant on the wing. 14 seconds to shoot. Up top to Avdija to reset. 11 to shoot. Thybulle in the corner. Drives the baseline. Slips through. Kicked it out to Camara. Out of the far corner. Williams for 3. That is up and out. And the rebound is controlled by Castle. He'll take it back the other way with Jeremy Grant backpedaling in front of him as he drives and steps through. Puts it up off the mark, but a foul is called on Grant. That, unfortunately, is a foul that we see called on Jeremy Grant often. And it ends up when he is backpedaling in that position, but really he has no other choice there. That is the 3rd team foul. And we will see Castle head to the line, where he shot just 73% this year. First personal on Jeremy Grant. Grant playing in his 2nd game after missing a lot of time. Hadn't played since March 15th before he suited up against the Suns in Phoenix on Tuesday. Free throw is good. First game in April for Jeremy Grant in 5 years. It's a 3-point San Antonio lead. They have made all 3 of their free throws. Spurs have not committed a team foul or a personal foul yet in this game. That one's good, and it is 16-12. 7-0 Spurs lead. And it is the first 2-possession lead for either team so far. Avdija brings it up, gets a screen. Now he attacks into the lane, drives, puts up the running hook. No good. Poke free by Williams. Wembanyama has it. Now goes behind his back. Nifty dribbling and get away from Deni. Out on the perimeter. Dribbles left. Spins. He's tripped up, slips through, puts it in. I'm not sure what human can defend that. 18-12 Spurs lead. They've scored 9 straight. Grant gets a hard screen. Now he attacks and kicks it to Camara. Jab step, pulls back. Now he works on Johnson, getting into the lane, looks for Williams. Williams a corner 3. That's good. The first career postseason 3 for Robert Williams III. Snaps the 9-0 Spurs run. It's 18-15. Now here's Castle with it. Up top in front of Williams. Bounce pass to Wembanyama. Screen comes, and he puts up a 3-pointer. That's good. Wembanyama knocks down the triple shot. 38% from three at home this year. Just 31% on the road as Avdia is fouled at midcourt by Castle. That is the first team foul on San Antonio. Fans don't like it here as it took 7 minutes and 16 seconds for the Spurs to pick up their first foul. Here in the early going, the Blazers shooting 40%. The Spurs shooting 50%. Not much difference there. The Spurs have made one more shot and the Blazers have taken one more. But the Blazers 3 for 10 from 3. They are 3 for 5 from 2. Castle will come out as De'Aaron Fox comes back in. Here's Grant near midcourt, defended by Vassell. Now he attacks as Shaedon Sharpe in the game for the Blazers for the first time. 15 to shoot. He's got it out on the wing. Crosses, lost it again. Over to Sharpe, deflected and knocked out of bounds. A terrific defensive play by Harper, but could not track that down. Possession did not change, so the Blazers will have it with 9 in the shot clock. It is in the backcourt, so they can pass it into the backcourt. Grant will take it over with 6 seconds to shoot. Dribbles into the corner. Tries to shake off Fox, throws it away. Another turnover. Here's Harper in the front court. Knocked out of his hands by Thibault as he prevents the fast break. Very good defensive play by Matisse Thybulle, who averaged 2 steals a game. Thybulle in his career has played in 25 playoff games, all with the 76ers. Donovan Clingan will come back in for Williams as we will see Luke Cornett for the first time tonight. Harper, bounce pass to Vassell, works on Avdia. Dribbles left, up top to Johnson. Swings it back over to Fox. Turns the corner on the perimeter. Now he attacks and drives, dumps it off to Cornett, but throws it away. It's loose. And a foul is called on the floor on Jeremy Grant. Or is that on Drew Holiday? It's on Drew. That is the last foul to give for the Blazers as Drew picks up his first. There's the inbound to Fox. Holiday defends him near midcourt. Crosses, goes behind his back, lost it, and he picks it up back towards midcourt. 5 seconds of the shot clock, hard screen from Harper. Dribbles through, runs it up, left hand, no good. Batted around all the way out to Vassell. Now Harper, jab step 3, no good. Sharpe grabs the rebound. Shaedon will take it across midcourt with the Blazers down 6. Turns the corner, hesitates, steps through, turns, throws it out to Grant, 14 to shoot. Spurs playing very physical tonight on both sides of the ball. Grant pulls up, fades away, no, and it's controlled by Harper. Blazers shooting 6 of 16 to start this game. Here's Harper, tries to get away from Sharpe, spins and throws it out to Fox, rotates to Vassell, attacks the lane, jump stop, turns, puts it up, no good. Daddy with the rebound, that's his third. Spurs 7 of 16 from the floor as Avdia walks it across. Low scoring first quarter with the Blazers down 21-15. 3:08 to play in the period. Avdia out on the perimeter. Screen comes from Clingan. Brings it to the left. Hesitates. Gets in the lane. Stops. Runs it up. No. Might have been deflected from this angle. I couldn't quite tell, but the Spurs come back the other direction. Now here's Johnson. Gives it up far side. Fox has it. 2:50 to play first quarter at the hash mark. Brings it around and finds Harper up top on the logo. High screen comes to the right from Cornett. Gets to the free throw line. Stops underneath. Has nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Fox. 3 seconds to shoot. Crossover 3 is good. And the Spurs have opened it up. They lead it 24-15. 2:28 to play here first quarter. Holiday works on Cornett into the lane. His former teammate turns. No. Batted around. Batted out. Grabbed by Vassell. He takes it across the other direction. Now to Johnson. Gets a screen to the elbow. Grant recovers, now up top, works into the corner. Here's Harper on the drive. He stops. He puts up a tough shot. That's no good. Clingan picks up his third rebound. I have not seen anybody jump stop the way that the Spurs have tonight. Blazers have missed 8 of 9. Here's Holiday. He steps back. Looks for Sharpe in the corner. Defender on his face. Pulls up. Baseline jumper. That's good. First point of the night for Shaedon Sharpe. 24-17. 1:43 to play in the first quarter. Still a mandatory timeout remaining here in this period. Here's Fox with the crossover and kick. Here's a Keldon Johnson three. That's no good. Long rebound will go out of bounds. Timeout on the floor. Blazers trail San Antonio 24-17 with 93 seconds remaining in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers audio network.
Wear it your way, Rip City. Your style, one team. This season, make Rip City yours with exclusive Trailblazers gear you won't find anywhere else. Only at Rip City Clothing. Fresh drops all season long, straight from the source. Whether you're in the stands or watching from home, show up in authentic style that's all you. Rip City Clothing, the official team store of your Portland Trailblazers. In-store and online at Rip City Clothing and ripcityclothing.com.
Sometimes a girl in my class doesn't bring anything to eat for lunch.
The truth is, in America, 1 in 5 kids worry about their next meal.
I want everybody to have yummy food.
So do we. That's why Fred Meyer donates surplus fresh food from our shelves to your local food bank. We've provided over 3.5 billion meals through our Zero Hunger, Zero Waste plan. Visit fredmeyer.com to see how you can help fight hunger and waste in our community.
Because nobody should have an empty tummy.
Alex Warren presents Little Orphan Alex live. Alex Warren. Live in Portland, performing at Moda Center, Friday, June 12th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. For more, visit alexwarrenofficial.com.
Back in San Antonio, Blazers trailing the Spurs 24-17 with 1:33 to play in the first quarter. Rip City, make this postseason yours. Wear it your way with exclusive Trailblazers gear you can't find anywhere else. Shop now at ripcityclothing.com. And are you in for next season? Season ticket memberships for 26-27 are officially on sale. From 10 games to a full season of courtside seats, choose the membership level best for you. Visit trailblazers.com/memberships to lock in early bird pricing and claim your seats. Blazers trail by 7, 24-17. They have missed 8 of their last 10 shots. The only buckets made in that span a moment ago, Shaedon Sharpe with the baseline jumper. The other was the Robert Williams III three. Blazers shooting 7 of 19 from the floor, 3 for 10 from 3. While San Antonio 8 of 20 from the floor and 4 of 9 from 3. The Spurs have made all 4 of their free throws. The Blazers have yet to take a free throw tonight. This is the last game of the first games of the opening round of the playoffs to get underway. All the home teams won yesterday. The first 2 home teams won today. In fact, through the first 7 games of the playoffs, the only road team to get a win, the Orlando Magic, with a win in Detroit earlier today, 112-101. A couple of blowouts earlier today. Yesterday had some pretty decent games. Game 2 of this series will be on Tuesday night. That'll be a 5 o'clock Pacific start. And then back home, Friday night, 7:30 Pacific for game number 3. Sunday, 12:30 for game 4. The Blazers have not had a capacity crowd for a postseason game since game 4 of the 2019 Western Conference Finals, as the 2020 playoff series against the Lakers was in the bubble, and then 2021 there was a limited capacity due to COVID. Out of the timeout, it'll be Blazers ball, down by 7. Chris Murray in the game for the first time, making his playoff debut. Shaedon Sharpe will take it up in front of Harper, who defends him tightly. Has it in the center court circle, picks it up and floats it over to Avdia on the wing. Back to Sharpe. Sharpe attacks to the baseline, steps back, corner 3. Short. Rebound Johnson. There was nothing but Spurs ready to grab that rebound. They have an early 12-6 rebound advantage, or 12-9 rebound advantage in this game. Wembanyama left-hand hook, missed it. Well defended by Klingon. Going back the other way, here's Avdia. Gives it up to Klingon, right back to Denny. Out on the perimeter, crosses, hesitates, looks to the far side for Holiday. Fakes left, comes right, drives, looks now underneath, and it's kicked away by the Spurs. Blazers have Klingon, Murray, Holiday, Avdia, and Sharpe. The Spurs have Fox, Wembanyama, Harper, Johnson, and Harrison Barnes for the first time tonight. Holiday from the near side with under a minute to play in the first quarter. Sharp looks for Avdia, spins in the lane, puts it up, banks it in. That's a great feed and a strong take from Avdia. Denny with 9 points, matching Wembanyama to lead all scorers, 24-19. Spurs lead 42 seconds to play here in the first. 2-for-1 opportunity for San Antonio. And the Blazers will have the ball to start the second when we get there. Wembanyama's going to line up a three-pointer, and it's good. He's got 12 as he knocks down his first 2 career playoff threes. And the Spurs have an 8-point advantage, 27-19. Sharp brings it across the timeline. About an 8-second differential. Shaden working on Harper. Gets to the elbow. Pass deflected out of bounds by Barnes. 11 in the shot clock. Wembanyama played in 64 games this year, but was eligible for postseason awards thanks to the Emirates NBA Cup championship game, which did not count in the standings, but did count as one of those 65. Here's Shaden with the drive. The runner is no good. Lots of contact. Did they blow the whistle? I'm not sure. I think so. Fans don't like it. That's on Wembanyama, his first. And it's a loose ball foul. It was after the shot as Wembanyama took Shaden Sharp down to the ground after the shot was free. So it was on the follow. Which, while Sharp is still in the air, one thing we have been told is a shooter until he returns to the floor. And Shaden did not return to the floor. Should have been free throws there, but the Blazers will have it with 14 in the shot clock and 16.4 in the game clock. Scoot Henderson will come back in. Jeremy Grant, Denny Avdia, Shaden Sharp, and Drew Holiday for the Blazers. Down 27-19. Neither team has shot particularly well, unless you're Denny Avdia or Victor Wembanyama. Denny between the rings, 8 seconds to shoot. Has it on the wing in front of Keldon Johnson. Crosses over, brings it back, puts up a three-pointer. That's good! His second three of the quarter. He's got 12 points. It's a 5-point game. Fox races into the front court. Gives it up. Johnson, three at the horn is good. Did they call that a 2 or a 3? That is a 3. It's an 8-point San Antonio lead after one, 30-22. As the Spurs knock down 6 threes in the first period. And a 21-10 run to close out the first quarter. After 12 minutes here at Frost Bank Center, San Antonio 30, the Blazers 22 on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
K-pop Demon Hunters Haja Boys breakfast meal and Huntrix meal have just dropped at McDonald's. They're calling this a battle for the fans. What do you say to that, Rumi?
It's not a battle. So glad the Saja Boys could take breakfast and give our meal the rest of the day.
It is an honor to share.
No, it's our honor.
It is a larger honor.
No, really. Stop.
You can really feel the respect in this battle. Pick a meal to pick a side.
At participating McDonald's while supplies last.
When accidents happen, you need a team who shows up for you. Goldberg and Lauren, the people's team, standing strong with our Oregon and Washington communities. Injury attorneys who fight harder, care deeper, and deliver results. Call Goldberg and Lauren today, 971-264-0000.
Trailblazers fans, dunks and no-looks are great on TV, but catching them from the hardwood is a whole different experience, especially during the 2026 NBA playoffs presented by Google. As the official ticket marketplace of the Portland Trailblazers, Ticketmaster gets you to every round of the playoffs, so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and of course, your favorite Blazers. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring playoff tickets. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Trailblazers. In business, having a solid game plan is key to success. That's why Northwest businesses partner with Columbia Bank. And now Columbia is partnering with another local favorite, your Portland Trailblazers. See how Columbia can help your business grow at ColumbiaBank.com. Member FDIC.
This is Jeremy Grant, and you're listening to the Trailblazers Audio Network.
Start of the second quarter in San Antonio here in Game 1 of the Western Conference Playoffs first round. The Blazers trailing the Spurs 30-22 as San Antonio won on a 21-10 run after the Blazers had a 12-9 lead. Keldon Johnson with a three at the buzzer extended San Antonio's lead back to 8 as the Spurs knocked down 6 threes in that first quarter. The Blazers were 4 of 12. The Spurs only made one more shot than the Blazers did, but they made 2 more threes. and were 4 for 4 from the free throw line, while the Blazers did not attempt a free throw. And this game, for the last several days, this series has been billed as Deni Avdija versus Victor Wembanyama. And for the last few days, I've been the one louder than anybody saying this series is way more than just that. Well, the first game and the first quarter have not been more than that. Victor Wembanyama and Deni Avdija have combined to go 9 for 15 from the floor in this game for 24 points. They have each made 2 3-pointers as well. The rest of the players on the floor for both teams combined have gone 10 of 31. So early on, it's the 2 All-Stars leading their teams here. Mentioned earlier that Victor Wembanyama was a finalist for the NBA Defensive Player of the Year award, and Deni Avdija a finalist for Most Improved Player. Also, Keldon Johnson a finalist for Sixth Man of the Year, as he has had a terrific season. Was a starter for most of the beginning of his career for his first 5 seasons, but has 0 starts in his last 2 years. We start the second period. Blazers have the ball from right to left in white. Henderson, Sharp, Holiday, Kamara, and Grant. For the Spurs, Wembanyama, Barnes, Johnson, Harper, and Castle. Sharp will bring it up as Harper defends it. Crosses over, has it on the logo and gives it up. Now gets it back from Scoot, turns the corner, drives, slithers through, and lays it in. 4 points for Sharp. It is 30-24. Scoreboard says 30-23. It was one of those threes. If they take that off and make it a 2, it looks like it. Because now the Blazers only have 3 made threes, but they didn't tell us which one. Here's the lob to Wembanyama, the easy dunk. My goodness. So 32-23, the Spurs lead by 9. Out to Kamara, open 3 from the far wing. That's good. And that's the guy you want to start tonight. 32-26. 50 seconds gone by second period. Castle will bring it up for San Antonio. Looks for Wembanyama just inside the arc. He's got Grant on his back. Looks for a cutting Castle. Stripped out of his hands from Holiday. Sharp's got it on the turnover. Comes back the other direction. Drives, gives it to Holiday. Hesitates, gets into the lane. Jumper from the free throw line is short. And it's Castle who picks it up. Spurs lead by 6. Johnson crosses an attack. Stripped away by Grant, but he gets it back. Out to Castle for an open 3. That's off the mark. And the rebound is pulled down by Barnes. Barnes in the lane. Pumps. Turn, slips through, blocked by Grant, and a foul is called. So we'll send Harrison Barnes to the free throw line. We'll see which 3 was called a 2. Avdija has one of Deni's 3s has been ruled a 2. So Deni has made 1 3-pointer tonight. He has 11 points. Free throw from Barnes is good. Harrison Barnes in his 14th season out of North Carolina, his second year with San Antonio. Won a championship with the Warriors back in 2015. That was in his 3rd year in the league. 33-26. And the Spurs are a perfect 6 for 6 from the line. San Antonio just under 79% as a team this year. 34-26 Spurs. Scoot bobbles it, but gets it back now in front of Harper. Brings it back up to the top of the key. Crosses on Bryant. Attacks and kicks to Holiday. Holiday works on Wembanyama. Now up top to Sharp. Screen comes. Sharp, an open 3. That is up and off, and the rebound is controlled by Harper. Blazers have made 4 of their 13 threes tonight. Wembanyama out on the perimeter, holds the ball. He's got Holiday on his back. Gets into the lane, stripped out of his hands, and is picked up by Grant on the fast break. Gives it up to Sharp, throws it away, and then is kicked out of bounds by Barnes. The Spurs caught a break in the bad pass by the Blazers, and then the Blazers caught a break after it was mishandled. We have seen no points off of turnovers in this game from either team. Here's the inbound to Sharp. Slow dribble. Crosses over, pulls up from 16, hits it. 6 points for Sharp. Aiden's heating up from the mid-range. It's a 6-point game, 34-28. 9:48 to play second quarter. Castle on the perimeter, defended by Kamara. Comes around to the wing, the lob to Wembanyama, and the easy dunk. $16 points for Wemby in his first career playoff game. Sharp on the perimeter up top to Holiday. Looks for Grant in the corner. Near side 3. That's good. Jeremy Grant hits the triple. It's 36-31. Jeremy had a terrific year from beyond the arc, just under 40%. Now Harper takes off and drives. Puts it in. First points of the night for Harper. 38-31. San Antonio, 14 points in the paint to the Blazers, 8. There's a three that's no good, and a foul is called on Bryant. That's an easy one, as he just two-hand shoves Kamara out of the way. Now, Toumani Camara is known to annoy some people. And the 20-year-old Carter Bryant got baited into that. (38-31) San Antonio, 9:05 to play in the second quarter. Camara gets it into Henderson on the perimeter. Has it up top, slow dribble, now looks left, now right. Crosses a couple of times, gets a screen, takes off and kicks to the corner. Williams dribbles and throws it back to Scoot, resets with 3 to shoot. I don't know if he sees it. Turns, gives it up to Grant, throws up a prayer to beat the shot clock. It is no good, and he did not beat the shot clock. The awareness not quite there on that play by the Trailblazers. The free throw line has been a big difference tonight. The Spurs lead it by 7. They're 6 for 6. The Blazers have not taken a free throw, but they have been the more aggressive team getting to the rim inside. Here's Champagnie, looks underneath, but it's knocked away and stolen. Grant forces the turnover. Sharp now throws it ahead to Kamara. Kamara on the perimeter, back up top to Shaden. Gets to the wing. Fox in front of him, now to Kamara. Dribbles right, gets in the lane, turns, puts it up. No good. He thought he was fouled, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Sharp. The Blazers have not been able to buy a whistle tonight. (38-31) Spurs. Bryant will bring it up. He's at the top of the key all by himself. Out to Wembanyama. Over to the far side, Fox for 3. That's no good. Loose ball batted around, and Williams wrestles it away from a couple of defenders. Now he gives it to Scoot. Henderson across the timeline in front of Champagnie. Crosses and attacks. Kicks to Sharp. Drives. Slides it out to Kamara. Ball fake. He penetrates. Out to Williams. Williams from the wing. No. And another foul on the rebound, this time on Fox, as Kamara flew in and Fox pushed him out of the way. Of the 4 personal fouls whistled on San Antonio, 2 of them have been on rebound plays. Avdia will come back in for Scoot. Second team foul for the Spurs, who lead at 38-31. This has been a quiet offensive game for 2 teams that have a lot of playoff inexperience. Donovan Clingan will come into the game as Robert Williams III to the bench. Sharp into Grant. Gives it up to Avdia. Back to Clingan. Clingan takes an open wing 3 and no good. Loose ball knocked out of bounds by Champagnie, who went in for the rebound. Blazers 5 of 17 from 3 tonight. They're 8 of 16 from 2. Grant looks to get it in. Finds Denny. Bounce pass to Clingan. Throws it out to Kamara. Knocked free. Has it up top with 9 to shoot. Crosses in front of Fox. Bounce pass to Sharp. Sharp puts up a wing 3. That's off the back of the rim. No good. Tapped around and pulled down by Fox. Now throws it ahead to Champagnie. Dribbles along the free throw line out to Vassell. His 3 is good. Thiago Splitter takes timeout as the Spurs have opened up their largest lead of the game so far, a 10-point advantage, 41-31. With 7:21 to play in the second quarter. And we'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
Hey Rip City, get ready to strengthen your game this spring. Rip City Hoops Youth Basketball brings the energy with spring camps and clinics for kids of all ages and special all-girls programs. Building skills and confidence, our programs focus on helping young athletes grow on and off the court, all while having a whole lot of fun. Spring opportunities are filling up fast. Learn more and sign up today at trailblazers.com/youth basketball or follow along on Instagram at Team Rip City Hoops.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com. and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
Charlie Puth, live in concert in Portland. One night, one incredible show. The Whatever's Clever Tour. Charlie Puth, performing all the hits. Live at Veterans Memorial Coliseum May 7th. With special guests, Daniel Seavey and Ali Salort. Get tickets now at livenation.com. A night you will never forget. Charlie Puth, the Whatever's Clever Tour.
Back in San Antonio, 7:21 to play in the second quarter. The Blazers trailing the Spurs 41-31 in Game 1 of the Western Conference Playoffs first round. Rip City looking for a program that empowers your daughter through basketball. She Hoops, presented by Toyota, is designed for girls ages 6 to 17, combining skill building with personal growth. Sign up today at trailblazers.com/youth basketball by scrolling to the She Hoops section. And attention Rip City Kids Club members, tonight's reward code for tuning in is PASS, P-A-S-S. Head over to the Kids Club headquarters, enter code PASS to earn 30 points. If you're not a Kids Club member, check out the free RipCityKidsClub.com with your parent or guardian's permission to learn more, sign up, and start earning points. The 10-point advantage for the Spurs is their largest of the game. They've outscored the Blazers by 1 here in the period. The Blazers 4 of 11 from the floor in this quarter and 2 of 7 from 3. The Spurs are 4 of 6 and 1 of 3 from 3. And they've made a couple of free throws. The Blazers still have yet to take a free throw, and we are 16 and a half plus minutes into this game. One thing that is absolutely working for the Blazers tonight is ball security. They have not allowed a point off of turnovers in this game, but just 2 offensive rebounds, both from Drew Holiday, 4 second chance points. The Spurs have 4 offensive rebounds and have turned that into 2 second chance points. The Spurs in this game 7 of 15 in the paint for 14 points, while the Blazers just 4 of 11 from the paint for 8 points. Out of the timeout, it'll be Blazers ball from right to left. Avdia, Thibault, Kamara, Klingon, and Grant. Cornette, Bryant, Champagny, Fox, and Vassell for San Antonio. Here's Thibault bringing it across the timeline as Fox is all over him. Back and forth, picks it up, cross-court pass to Klingon on the perimeter, holds onto it. Now gives it up to Avdia, who was fouled on the perimeter by Bryant. He picks up his second personal. Third team foul. Most of the fouls, actually all of the fouls, I guess, for San Antonio have been away from the basket, as the Blazers have not attempted a free throw tonight. Here's Avdia with it. He drives, stripped out of his hands, and he is fouled on the drive. And there we go. First free throws of the night. Get a look at it on the big screen. Oh, yeah, Bryant came in and just got a piece of his hand. Pretty easy call there. That is the 3rd foul on Bryant. So Avdia will shoot 2. First one's no good. Denny this year shot 84% from the free throw line. 80% from the free throw line. Just under 10 free throws a night at about 9.4. Second most in a single season in team history to Damian Lillard a few years ago. Second one is good. Avdia's got 12, and it's 41-32. If you missed it, Avdia had one of his threes from the first quarter, switched to a 2. Here's Fox near midcourt. Screen comes, takes off into the lane, pulls up. It's good. Spurs by 11. 6:45 to play second quarter. Avdia gets the screen from Klingon. Now he takes off and drives, puts it in. Strong take past Cornette. 14 for Denny Avdia. It's 43-34. Here's Fox. Floats it up with a lob to Cornette. That is the third lob dunk for San Antonio tonight. And they are back in front by 11. Avdia on the perimeter. Cross court to Kamara. Jab step back to Klingon up top. Holds the ball away from Cornette. Gives it to Avdia. Turns the corner. Hesitates. Drives. Pumps. Puts it up. Left hand. No good. Batted around. Denny is furious. He wanted a whistle. On the other end, here is Vassell with it. Dribbles left. Gives it to Fox, who just got across midcourt. Puts up an open three. Good. And the Spurs have a 14-point lead. 5:50 to play, second quarter. Grant on the drive. Gives it up. It's tipped away and deflected. Another turnover. And now Harper on the drive. Blocked by Avdia. And Champagnie is able to pick it up. Out to Cornette. Mishandles it. Now to Champagnie. A foul on the floor is called on Kamara trying to get around the screen. That is his second. Kamara doesn't like that whistle at all. It looked like Cornette setting the screen turned into him. Oh yeah, right, put his hip right into Kamara. But that is the second personal on Toumani. It is a 14-point San Antonio lead with 5:34 to play in the second quarter. Blazers have some work to do. Castle up top. Gives it up to Vassell. Bumped by Thibault up top to Castle. Drive, step through, a lob to Cornette, and a dunk. 16-point Spurs lead. They're in a 14-3 run as they have their largest lead, and it keeps growing. Blazers have no space on offense. Holiday drives through the defender, puts it in right past Castle. Says, look at this young man. Drew wanted the whistle, too. He doesn't get it. 50-36. First points of the game for Drew Holiday. Here's Harper near midcourt, 11 seconds to shoot. Dribbles, gets a screen, takes it to the elbow. He pushes Kamara out of the way in an offensive foul as he stopped, went right into Toumani in his path, and that will turn it over to the Blazers. So Harper picks up his second person. Blazers come back with it, down by 14. Avdia spins around Castle to bring it across. Nothing is coming easy on the offensive end for the Blazers. Screen from Thibault. Denny near midcourt, working in front of Champagnie. It's another screen. Now he attacks. Kicks it to Thibault. Corner three. Short. Tipped out a couple of times out to Holiday. Back to Sharp underneath. Puts it up in traffic. No, but Williams is there with a putback jam. 50-38. 4:20 to play, second quarter. Williams has 5 for the Blazers, who trail by 12. Castle, step back three over Williams. That's short. Deflected a couple of times. Cornette grabs it, puts it in. (52-38). San Antonio in front. Avdia takes off. He's bumped. It spins around Castle, who stays with him. In traffic, he's fouled. That is on Castle. He picks up his second. It'll put the Spurs into the penalty with 3:54 to play in the half. And send Avdia to the free throw line. Taking a look at it, I don't know where the foul was there. Not sure if that was a makeup or what. It looked like clean defense. But after the calls that have not been called, they'll take that one. First free throw is good. It's also very interesting that the Spurs are in the penalty, and the Blazers have attempted, after this one, a total of 4 free throws. Fans showing their appreciation for the officiating here at Frost Bank Center. Avdia will get one more, trying to get back to a 12-point game, and he does. 16 points for Denny Avdia, matching Victor Wembanyama for the game high. Nobody else in the Blazers has more than 6, while De'Aaron Fox has 10 for San Antonio. Here's the drive from Castle. In traffic, falls to the floor, gives it to Cornette. His shot no good. Rebound tapped by Holiday. Over to Williams. Now Denny slows it down on the perimeter. Gives it to Holiday. Open three. No, he lobs it to Williams, who puts it in. That is a terrific job by Drew Holiday. who had a wide open three but saw Williams streaking to the basket and gave him the easy lob opportunity. Timeout Spurs, as the Blazers on an 8-2 run have cut it back to 10, 52-42 after trailing by 16. 3:33 to play in the half, and we'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
Rip City, own a piece of history. The Portland Trailblazers 1977 experience gives you the chance to take home an authenticated piece of the 1977 championship court and even etch your name on the new wall of champions inside Moda Center. Packages starting at $150. Visit the1977experience.com and become part of the legacy. That's the1977experience.com. Smell that? Bacon. Since 1934, Hempler's has used only the leanest European pork bellies for its premium bacon, made right here in the Pacific Northwest. Slow smoked over natural hardwoods for a rich aroma, savory flavor, and a thick gourmet bite. It's no wonder Hempler's is America's leanest bacon and the official bacon of your Portland Trailblazers. Hempler's, small batch crafted meats. Hempler's.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
3:33 to go in the second quarter in San Antonio. The Blazers once trailed by 16, but they have cut it to a 10-point deficit, 52-42. Curtis Long here in Studio C at Moda Center with a check of the NBA scoreboard. 3 other NBA playoff games on the docket today, and all 3 of them are in the books. The Celtics sink the Sixers in Game 1 of their series, 123-91. Jason Tatum, 25 points and 11 boards. Oklahoma City sets the Suns in OKC by 35, 119-84 to take a 1-zip series lead, 22 points for Jalen Williams. And a Game 1 road win for the Magic in Detroit. Orlando drives past the Pistons 112-101 despite 39 points from Cade Cunningham. Now let's head back to Frost Bank Center and Travis Demers.
All right, Curtis, thank you much. 52-42, the Blazers trailing the Spurs with 5:33 to play in the second quarter here in San Antonio. The Blazers have matched their point total from the first quarter with 3:33 to play here in the second. And they have done it in a number of different ways. The big one has been driving the basketball. Denny Avdia with 16 points to lead the Blazers. Robert Williams III, the next leading scorer, with 7. Shaedon Sharpe with 6. Denny also has 5 rebounds, a couple of assists, and a block. For San Antonio, Victor Wembanyama with 16 points in 13 minutes. 1 block shot. De'Aaron Fox with 10 points. The Spurs, though, have a big lead on the glass, 20-14. And 6-4 on the offensive glass. And a lot of San Antonio's points coming in the paint. They've got 22 of them. Most of the players for both of these teams seeing their first playoff action. But 3 of the Blazers on the floor right now have played in the postseason before. Drew Holiday, Robert Williams III, and Matisse Thybulle. Castle will bring it up for San Antonio. Gives to Fox. Now back to Castle with the drive and the dunk. Sharpe will walk it up. Castle, rookie of the year a season ago, defends Shaedon at midcourt. Matisse on the wing, back to Shaedon, turns the corner where he's bumped and fouled. That's on Vassell, his first. But with the Spurs and the penalty, it will send Shaedon Sharpe to the line. The Blazers 3 of 4 from the line tonight, all Denny Avdia. The Spurs 6 of 6. They have 3 different players who have hit both of their free throws. Wembanyama, Harrison Barnes, and Castle. First free throw from Shaedon is good. Shaedon this year shot 79% from the line, played 50 games as he battled various injuries. Came back for the final 2 regular season games, and then the play-in game against the Phoenix Suns. I think a lot of folks thought his season was over, but fortunately it is not. Aiden hits them both. He's got 8 points, and the Blazers are back to within 10. 3 minutes to play in the half. Castle will bring it up in front of Holiday. Gives it over to Fox in the perimeter. Defended by Thibault. Holds the ball low. Now he starts to dribble. Tries to hold him off, but Tease doesn't budge. Now to Wembanyama, who's back in. Thought about the jumper. With a hand in his face. Now he takes it around and out. And the rebound is pulled down by Thibault. The Blazers can cut it to single digits as Holiday brings it across. To the corner for Sharp. Back to Holiday. Around the perimeter. Playing a game of pitch and catch up top to Denny Avdia. Right hand dribble. Flies it to Thibault. Thibault dribbles right, scoops it to Avdia. Penetrates, steps through, bump, puts it up. It's good, and the foul. Denny Avdia will go to the line for an and one opportunity. He's got 18 points in the first half. Avdia led the NBA this year in and one opportunities and conversions. That was the first on Keldon Johnson. Trying to make it a 7-point game, and he does. 19 first-half points for Denny Avdia in his playoff debut. 2:27 to play second quarter, 54-47, San Antonio in front. Pass ahead to Fox, defended by Thibault. Thibault stays with him as he crosses over, brings it back up top. Bounce pass over to Wembanyama at the elbow. Works on Sharp, slips through, puts it in. It was a 13-4 Blazers run prior to that. Wembanyama now with 18 points. 56-47. Holiday thought about the three, gives it up to Williams. Now to Sharp. Comes around the wings, drives, stops, pulls up from the free throw line. Up and out. Rebound Wembanyama. That is just the second rebound tonight for Wembanyama. Now to Fox, dances around, stops, fades. Off the mark, Keldon Johnson grabs the offensive board. Now to Wembanyama, races to the corner and takes a fadeaway three, hits it. That is his third made three of the night. It's back to a 12-point San Antonio lead just like that. Holiday drives the running hook. No good, but Williams there picks it up and slams it down. 9 points for Robert Williams III. 59-49, 10-point game with a minute 24 to play second quarter. Here's Fox back the other way for San Antonio. Goes behind his back as Wembanyama has it. Works on Holiday, scoops it over to Castle, nearly throws it away, but Castle saves it. Back to the wing in front of Holiday. Crosses, attacks, a foul is called, and it's on Castle! Offensive foul as he pulled Holiday down with him on his way to the basket. That'll be the third personal on Stephon Castle. Let's get another look at it. Oh yeah, he hooked his arm. And are the Spurs going to challenge this? They are indeed going to challenge this. There is no question that there was a hook from Castle. Where the question comes in is, was there contact from Holiday first?
Challenge ruling of an offensive foul on Castle.
This is a big play for a lot of reasons. One of them being it's Castle's third personal foul. Now, I don't know if we're going to get replay. Here we go. Now we get one on the big screen. Here's the drive, and there's the hook right away. I don't believe there was contact from Holiday first, as Castle crossed over in front of Drew and immediately hooks his arm. I don't think there's enough to overturn this. And with a 10-point lead at this stage of the game, and a challenge that is not obviously going to go your way, this is an unusual challenge here for Mitch Johnson. I don't think they're going to win this, but at this point, considering all of the things we've seen this year, nothing surprises me anymore. But the question is, was Holiday in legal guarding position? I don't think he was, and if this gets overturned, that's why. There's the contact, but as the contact starts, Castle already has his arm in a hooking position, which is where they called the offensive foul. Really, it comes down to the first contact, and the first contact is Castle hooking Holiday's arm. Let's hear from Josh.
Upon review, the initial hand by Holiday is marginal, and then the clamp by Castle is the illegal act on the play. The offensive foul will stand. The challenge is unsuccessful. San Antonio will be charged this time out, and they have no further challenges.
Yeah, I think they got that right. That first contact from Castle came in with the hook, pulled Holiday's arm. So that is the third personal foul on Castle. It's a timeout for San Antonio because they lost the challenge and it was not a mandatory timeout. And it was Stephon Castle's third personal foul. Castle 9 points in 14 minutes tonight. He's going to have to come out of the game. Castle and Bryant each with 3 personals for San Antonio. For the Blazers, nobody has more than 2. Kamara and Holiday each have a pair. 1:07 and counting here in the second quarter, and the Blazers trail by 10. Here's Scoot at midcourt. Gives it up to Kamara on the wing. Right back to Scoot. Runs into the defender, and it's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Champagnie. The other part of that is the Spurs out of challenges as well. 13 to shoot. 57.5 to play in the second quarter. Scoot with it up top. Dribbles, turns the corner, throws it to Williams at the elbow. Slides it out to Kamara with 5 to shoot. Screen comes, he attacks, drives, jumper on the way. No good. Rebound picked up by Fox, who was then tripped by Henderson. And that will be the first personal on Scoot. The Blazers did have a foul to give. If De'Aaron Fox is able to get around Scoot without being tripped, there aren't many in the league that are faster than him. And he had some real estate in front of him. 40 seconds left, 2-for-1 opportunity here for San Antonio. They lead at 59-49. Fox to Wembanyama. Can he go 4 for 4 from beyond the arc? No. Missed it. Long rebound. Grabbed by Johnson. Throws it up top to Fox. Now to Wembanyama. It's deflected by Tease. Batted around. Wembanyama's got it with 6 seconds to shoot. On the perimeter. Has it in front of Williams. Crosses a couple of times. Step back. Dribbles right. Turns. Fades. No. Loose ball. Grabbed by the Blazers. Shot clock is off. 10 seconds to play in the half. Spurs out of fouls to give. Blazers down 10. They've trailed by as many as 16. Now 5 seconds left. Avdi up top. Step back 3. No good. Short. And that will do it for the first half. The Blazers trailed by 16. They're down 10 going into the locker room. And their first playoff game in 5 years. 59-49. San Antonio at the half. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
We are Rip City.
The Portland Trailblazers are committed to getting out the vote. Use your voice and help determine the future of your community, state, and country. This election, be heard and make a plan to vote. Take the first step by visiting trailblazers.com/vote to check your voter registration status, sign up for election reminders, and more. That's trailblazers.com/vote. After all, we are all a part of Rip City.
At Moda Health, we know your time matters. Just ask our customer service team members.
We're going to respect your time so you get the answers that you need.
We're here to help you. That's the reason our team exists. Listen, understand, and help.
Members should call us because we're here to help. We want to make that connection with you.
Moda Health. Real people ready to help. Experience health insurance with heart. Visit modahealth.com/explore to learn more.
On Wednesday, April 22nd, Portland is where the best wrestle when AEW presents Dynamite and Collision. It's all action. It's all excitement. It's all elite wrestling. And the best wrestlers on the planet tear the roof off Rip City. AEW Dynamite and Collision. Live from Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Wednesday, April 22nd. Tickets on sale now starting at just $20 at AEWTIX.com.
Portland Trailblazers basketball is being brought to you by Moda Health. Experience better health insurance. And by Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone. This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
And welcome in to the McDonald's McDelivery halftime show, brought to you by your locally owned McDonald's, proud supporters of the Trailblazers. Download the McDonald's app today. We have reached halftime in San Antonio in game number 1 of this best-of-7 playoff series. The Blazers trailed by as many as 16. They now find themselves behind the Spurs 59-49 at the intermission. But the Blazers made their presence known early in this game number 1. First from the outside when Denny Avdia canned a deep 3 to open the game. And then on the inside, as their second bucket came on a thundering dunk by Donovan Clingan down the lane. Avdia was 7 of the first 9 Blazer points as Portland led by 3 8 minutes into this one. But San Antonio would score the next 9 to take a 6-point lead at 18-12 before Robert Williams III cans his first career postseason 3 to get the Blazers back to within 3. That San Antonio run stretches to 15-3 as the Spurs' first quarter lead stretches to 9 at 24-15. The Blazers had missed 8 of their last 9 shots at that point before a Shaedon Sharpe 18-footer cuts the Spurs lead down to 7 with less than 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter. San Antonio closes out the first on a 21-9 run, including a buzzer-beating 3 by Keldon Johnson to score a 30-21 lead after 1. The Blazers shot just 39% in the opening quarter and did not attempt a free throw. Avdia scores 11 of the Blazers' 21 points. 60 minutes into the game, and the Blazers were 5 of 18 from 3 and still had not attempted a free throw. Meanwhile, the Spurs were 7 of 14 from deep and took a 10-point lead at the 7:21 mark, forcing a Thiago Splitter timeout. A 14-3 Spurs run puts them out in front by 16 before Drew Holiday answers with a driving bucket. That starts an 8-2 run for Portland and gets the Blazers back to within 10 at 52-42. Make it a 13-4 Blazer run after Denny gets a hoop and some harm to cut the San Antonio lead to 7 at 54-47. The Blazers shoot just 5 of 20 from downtown in the first half, and they trail at the intermission by 10, 59-49. Up next, we'll break down the stat sheet. 2 quarters down, 2 to go on the Trailblazers Audio Network. Welcome back into the McDonald's McDelivery halftime show, brought to you by your locally owned McDonald's, proud supporters of the Trailblazers. Download the McDonald's app today. The Blazers trail the Spurs 59-49 at the break. Curtis along with you from Studio C in Moda Center. Let's check out the statistics of this one so far. First, the team stats. Well, not pretty for the Trailblazers, especially from three-point land. 5 of 20 in the first half. That's an even 25%. They shoot 19 of 47 overall from the field. That's 40%. Meanwhile, the Spurs, 9 of 18 from downtown, 50%, and 50% from the floor, 22 of 44. Not much going on at the free throw line for either team. 6 of 6 for the Spurs, 6 of 7 for the Trailblazers, but the Spurs out-rebounding the Blazers 24-17. The individual leaders, the Blazers, they have just one player in double figures. That's Denny Avdia, 19 points in 19 minutes in the first half. He's 7 of 13 from the floor, 1 of 3 from downtown, also 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Meanwhile, 9 points off the bench for Robert Williams III in just 8 minutes. He's 4 of 6 from the floor and 1 of 3 from downtown. All other players, except for 8 for Shaedon Sharpe, have either 3 or 2 for the Trailblazers. Meanwhile, the Spurs, they are led by Victor Wembanyama in the middle. 21 points in 17 minutes, 8 of 13 from the floor, and 3 of 4 from downtown. Meanwhile, double figures for De'Aaron Fox. He has 10 points in the first half in 17 minutes to go along with 4 assists and 2 rebounds. Up next, we'll listen to the highlights of this one, courtesy of Travis Demers, coming up right here on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
Rip City has been a part of you since birth, repping your colors since before you could walk. But Rip City is about something more than a game. It's where we're from. It's who we are. Bakers and makers, shot blockers and alt-rockers. All together, we weave the fabric from which Rip City has forged a bond as strong as iron. With the team that represents us all. Our home is the Northwest, and our roots are Rip City.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
It's playoff basketball. You got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in, because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we wanted.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google begins Saturday on ABC, ESPN, NBC, Peacock, and Prime.
Welcome back in to the McDonald's McDelivery Halftime Show, brought to you by your locally owned McDonald's. Proud supporters of the Trailblazers. Download the McDonald's app today. It's the Spurs 59 and the Trailblazers 49 at the intermission. Let's take a listen to the first half highlights. As we mentioned, the Blazers got it done from outside and then the inside to start this game. Early on, it's Donovan Clingan down the lane.
Scoot Henderson will take it up as De'Aaron Fox defends him. Dribbles right, scoops it to Avdia, sees a seam, looks for Clingan, drives the lane, dunks it in! Right down the center of the lane with the two-hand slam.
And you heard Avdia on the assist on that one. He was also getting it done from the floor. Here's a bucket from Avdia early on.
Here's a bounce pass to Avdia, turns the corner, pulls up for a long two, jumper is through. 7 quick points for Denny Avdia in the first 3.5 minutes of this game. We're tied at 9.
Tied at 9 there. Now, the Blazers didn't make a lot of threes in the first half, only 5, but here's one of them from Scoot Henderson.
Denny will bring it back the other way, fires the pass to Scoot in the corner for 3. Yes, sir! And the Blazers have the 12-9 lead on the three-pointer from Scoot Henderson.
It looked like it would be an encouraging first half for the Blazers from 3. Not a lot after that, but Toumani Camara finds the range from downtown.
Out to Camara, open 3 from the far wing. That's good. That's a guy you want to start seeing to heat up. That's his first bucket of the night. 32-26.
They're going to need more production from Camara, especially from the outside in the second half. Then Jeremy Grant gets another 3 to fall for him.
Sharp on the perimeter up top to Holiday. Looks for Grant in the corner. Near side 3. That's good. Jeremy Grant hits the triple. It's 36-31.
Jeremy Grant, that's his only bucket in the first half. Danny Avdia had plenty of buckets, 19 points in the first half. Here's one of them right here.
Avdia gets the screen from Clingan. Now he takes off and drives, puts it in. Strong take past Cornette. 14 for Denny Avdia. It's 43-34.
The Blazers found themselves down by as many as 16 before Drew Holiday hits a shot here.
Holiday drives through the defender, puts it in right past Castle. Says, look at this young man.
Look at this, young man. And look at this. Fans, for every Trailblazers assist the team hands out this season, Moda Health and Trailblazers will donate $20 to build a new All Abilities playground in a deserving Oregon community. Now let's listen to the assist of the game, courtesy of Drew Holiday, who found Robert Williams above the rim.
Gives it to Holiday. Open 3. No, he lobs it to Williams, who puts it in. That is a terrific job by Drew Holiday, who had a wide open 3, but saw Williams streaking to the basket and gave him the easy lob opportunity. Timeout Spurs as the Blazers on an 8-2 run.
Yeah, the Blazers trail by 10 at that point. Now it's time for the Dave's Hot Chicken Heat Check. Dave's Hot Chicken specializes in hot chicken sliders, tenders, and bites, along with house-made kale slaw, creamy mac and cheese, and crispy French fries. Spicy, hot, and delicious. And spicy in the first half, that's a good way to describe. Denny Avdia, three-point play here.
Flies it to Thibault. Thibault dribbles right, scoops it to Avdia. Penetrates, steps through, bump, puts it up. It's good, and the foul. Denny Avdia will go to the line for an and one opportunity. He's got 18 points in the first half.
And he would finish the first half with 19 points, but the Blazers have some work to do. They trail the Spurs 59-49 at the half. Travis will be up next with the second half for you, coming up right here on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
Back in San Antonio, we get ready to start the third quarter of Game 1 of the first round of the NBA playoffs. The Blazers trailing the Spurs 59-49. Here at Frost Bank Center, Travis Demers here with you. Back at our Moda Center studios, Curtis Long and the captain, Rich Patterson. The Blazers trailed this game by as many as 16 points, but went on an 8-2 run late in the second quarter and were able to cut it to 10 after some lead changes back and forth. The Spurs went on a 21-10 run to close out the first quarter after the Blazers had a 12-9 lead. And at one point, the free throw shooting was a big reason why the Spurs had a big lead. At one point, they had made all 6 of their free throws, and the Blazers had not taken one. Since then, the Spurs have not taken one, and the Blazers have gone 6 of 7 from the line. The big reason right now is three-point shooting. The Spurs are 9 of 18 at 50%, while the Blazers are 5 of 20 for 25%. The Spurs have made 3 more field goals than the Blazers, but they have made 4 more threes. Meanwhile, the Blazers have only allowed 2 points off of turnovers so far in this game. In the regular season, the Spurs were 48-10 when they had a halftime lead. The Blazers 11-30 when they trailed at the break. The Blazers' best quarter this year has been the third quarter, while the Spurs, the best first quarter team in the NBA this year, and they proved that again tonight. So the Blazers will have the ball to start quarter number 3. Denny Avdia with a team-high 19 points in his playoff debut. Victor Wembanyama 21 points in his playoff debut. Drew Holiday, Toumani Camara, Scoot Henderson, Donovan Clingan, Denny Avdia for the Blazers as their starting 5 on the floor. They're in white from left to right. The Spurs in black from right to left, countering with their starting 5. Fox will defend Holiday at midcourt. Champagnie, Wembanyama, Castle, and Vassell also out there. Here's the drive from Holiday. Splits the defense. Left hand. No. Loose ball is controlled by Wembanyama. Bounces it ahead to Castle. Now to Vassell. Rotates to Fox in the corner for 3. That's off the mark, and the rebound is tapped free, but right back to Fox. Puts it up. Blocked by Camara. Into the hands of Scoot Henderson. Scoot brings it up with some pace into the front court. Transition 3. That's off the mark. Rebound is controlled by Vassell. He's able to wrestle it away from a couple of Blazers. No scoring yet here in the period. Spurs still lead it by 10. 40 seconds gone by in the third. Over to Vassell on the perimeter. Crosses to the free throw line. Pulls back up. His shot is no good. Rebound Avdia. That's his 5th rebound. Avdia brings it up top. Slows it down straight away. Hesitates. Drives and kicks to Holiday. Lost the ball. Back out to Denny with 13 to shoot. Attacks and kicks back to Holiday. Corner 3. Buries it. First 3 from Holiday. Makes it a 7-point game, 59-52. Just the 6th 3 made by the Trailblazers tonight. You know, at some point they're going to start to heat up. Maybe that's the beginning of it. On the other side, here's Vassell with it. Splits the defense, drives through the paint, throws it back up top for Castle. Hesitates, stops, runs it up. Tough angle, no good. Well defended. Rebound picked up by the Blazers. 5-on-4 is Castle slow to get up. Avdia dumps it off for Holiday. Cross court to Scoot. Open corner three, doesn't take it. Now he crosses, backs up, takes it, makes it. It's a 4-point game. Back-to-back Trailblazers threes. It's 59-55. Minute 42 gone by here in quarter number 3. Castle up top, sizing up his former college teammate Donovan Clingan. Gives it up to Wembanyama with Kamara on his back. Now to Vassell. Gets downhill, drives, stops, nowhere to go. Gives it to Wembanyama. Jumper from 17 is short. Rebound Holiday. Brings it back the other way to Kamara, who wasn't quite looking. Now he picks it up in the corner. Out to Henderson, and Kamara stepped on the sideline. That'll turn it over. From my view here, I can't see that sideline. I could argue all I want, but I have no idea. They're a little closer than I am. 2:05 gone by in the third quarter. Spurs lead it by 4, 59-55. This is the closest it's been since the first period. Wembanyama knocked away and stolen by Scoot. In the front court, drives past Castle, lays it in. The steal and the 2 for Scoot. It's a 2-point game. 59-57, and 8-0 Trailblazers run to start the third quarter, and 16-2 going back to the second. Timeout San Antonio. 9:42 to play in the third. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
Hey Rip City, looking for a program that empowers your daughter through basketball? She Hoops is here. Designed for girls ages 6 through 17, She Hoops, presented by Toyota, combines skill building with personal growth, focusing on education, mental health, physical health, and community. Each participant will get a She Hoops t-shirt and fun giveaways. Sign up today at trailblazers.com/youth basketball by scrolling to the She Hoops section.
In business, as in basketball, having a solid game plan is key to success. That's why so many Northwest businesses partner with Columbia Bank. The largest bank headquartered in the Northwest, Columbia Bank combines expertise, customized business solutions, and a relationship-focused style of banking to make sure your business has what it needs to grow. It's a combination that's made Columbia a top SBA lender in Seattle and Portland. Learn more at columbiabank.com or visit your local branch. Columbia Bank, proud partner of the Portland Trailblazers. Member FDIC.
5 Seconds of Summer are back. See them live in concert in Portland. 5 Seconds of Summer, Everyone's a Star World Tour, playing songs. 5 Seconds of Summer, the brand new album Everyone's a Star, is available everywhere November 14th. For more, visit 5sauce.com.
Hey Rip City, this is Drew Holiday. Thanks for joining us on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
9:42 to play in the third quarter here in Game 1. The Spurs in front of the Trailblazers, 59-57. But that 16-point San Antonio lead has been trimmed down to 2, thanks to a 10-0 Blazers run going back to the end of the second quarter. Scoot Henderson hit a 3 a moment ago. Drew Holiday hit a 3, and then the steal and run out for Scoot Henderson for some points off of turnovers, and the Blazers have scored the first 8 points of this third quarter. Joji brings the Solaris Tour to Moda Center on July 18th with special guests Nate Sibb and Corbin. Get your tickets now at rosequarter.com. The Blazers have closed that gap, and one of the reasons they've been able to do that is defense. Another reason they've been able to do that is by making shots. They are 3 of 5 from the floor. They've made both their threes, and they have held San Antonio to 0 for 5 from the floor in this third quarter so far. Since the All-Star break, the Blazers have had the third best defense in the league behind Oklahoma City and the Atlanta Hawks. Oklahoma City clearly the number 1 team in the NBA this year. They blew out Phoenix by 35 today in Game 1. And the Hawks have been as hot as anybody going into the playoffs. They dropped Game 1 in New York yesterday with our old friend C.J. McCollum. But the Blazers have been terrific on that side of the ball for the last couple of months. And again, they had won 11 of their last 15 games, including the play-in, before coming here to San Antonio. And they needed exactly 11 wins to be here. If they had lost one more game, they might not be in the playoffs right now. Out of the timeout, San Antonio ball. They have 3 timeouts remaining for the rest of the game. Fox, bounce pass up to Castle on the wing. Swinging in drop coverage in front of him. Right hand dribble by Castle to the top of the free throw circle. Now gets it to Fox. Gets downhill, lobs to Castle, dunks it in. Snaps the 10-0 Blazers run, an 8-0 to start the quarter. The ball had rolled all the way to the top of the key. They'll bring it back the other way. Castle 11 points, 3 personal fouls in that first half. 4 of 9 shooting in his first playoff game. Holiday on the perimeter, far side. Fox defends him. Gets a high screen from Klingon. Kicks it to Scoot. Mishandles it. Goes behind his back. Pulls up. 18-footer. Hits it. Scoot is heating up. He's got 10 points. Only the second Blazer in double figures. 61-59. With 9 minutes to play here in the third. Castle around at the top of the key. Gives it to Vassell. Picks it up. Looks for Fox. Jab step back out to the wing. Here's a 3 from Vassell. It's no good. Klingon grabs the rebound away. Now ahead to Kamara. Blazers can tie it with a 2. Here's Kamara. Backs it up, gives it to Klingon. Now to Holiday. 15 to shoot. Holiday up top. He's got it in front of Castle. Underneath the Klingon. 2 defenders around him. And a foul is called on De'Aaron Fox. As he got into Klingon there. It'll be his second personal and the team's first. I think you saw the mismatch, although Wimby was coming over to help. So fresh 14 for the Blazers. 8:37 to play third quarter. And the Blazers down 2. Here's Scoot up top with it. Backs it up. Has it in front of Castle. Screen comes. Takes it to the wing. Cross-court pass to Kamara in the corner. Jab step on the wing. Now he attacks. Gets underneath. Throws it away. He was looking for Klingon. He couldn't handle it. It's a turnover. That was an opportunity for the Blazers to tie it. Now up top. Around to the wing for Champagnie. To the corner for Fox. Back out to Wembanyama. Has it in front of Holiday. Up top. They work it around the perimeter. Castle wide open 3. That's no good. Klingon another rebound. That's his 6th. That is a game-high 6 rebounds. Now Henderson. Out on the wing near side. Drives on Champagnie behind his back into the lane. Kicks it to Klingon. Looks around. Hands it to Denny. Comes right now left. He attacks. Drives. Stops. Ducks. Looks to the corner for Kamara. 3 for the lead. Around and out. Blazers have had a couple of possessions here where they could have taken the lead. Now here's Fox. Drives the baseline in traffic. Fouled as the shot goes off the side of the backboard. But Denny Avdia will pick up his first personal and send De'Aaron Fox to the line for the first time tonight. And these will be the first San Antonio free throws. Or no, they won't. It's on the floor. Excuse me. So Courtney Kirkland will hold the ball on the near side, waiting for Devin Vassell to come over to inbound. It's 61-59. 7:49 to play in the third quarter. Here's Wembanyama up top, defended by Kamara. Gives it to Fox. Drives left of the lane. Pulls up. Jump from 10 feet. No good. Well defended by the Trailblazers. Scoot the rebound. Takes it back the other way in front of Castle. Has it on the far side. He attacks and drives. Bounce pass is deflected out of bounds. Or was it? No, he just threw it away. On the other end, here's Castle with it. Top of the free throw circle. Tosses it over to Champagnie. Contested 3 behind a screen. Around and out. Avdia the rebound. Now ahead to Holiday, but the long pass had 2 defenders in front of him and another turnover. Pocket pass to Vassell. Drives and kicks. Champagnie wide open 3 is good. 5-point game. The Spurs were 1 for 10 in the quarter before that and had missed all 4 of their threes. Champagnie knocks down his first triple. Shot 38% this year. Here's Kamara, near side, looks for Scoot in the corner, has it in front of Castle, holds it away from him, now drives the baseline, and a whistle. Did he step out of bounds? He did. Scoot thought he was fouled, but just real solid defense there from Castle. The Blazers have turned the ball over in this quarter 5 times. They've only allowed 3 points off of the previous 4. They trail by 5, 64-59. With 6:48 to play in the third. Castle brings it up. Screen comes from Cornette. Now he attacks to the elbow. 2 defenders in front of him. Slides it out to Fox. Kamara's in front of him. Crosses over. Kamara doesn't budge. Drives. Turns to the baseline. Puts it up. Banks it in. That is a tough shot by Fox. And the Spurs now lead it by 7. Holiday the other way. Had an open 3 but didn't take it. Now to Klingon underneath to the rim. No, gets his own rebound. Blocked again. That was by Vassell, and the Spurs come away with it. Now Vassell gets downhill. Fouled on the reach-in by Klingon. Second personal on DC, second team foul. And it's a side out. Jeremy Grant will come in. Blazers could use some offense right now. Scoot Henderson will come out. Scoot has had some big buckets, but a couple of big turnovers in this quarter as well. 6:16 to play in the third. Scoot had the last 7 for the Blazers. Hard screen up top, and it's turned over. Now here's Holiday with it on the drive. Goes up, left hand, no. Kamara, loose ball. And they finally call a foul on somebody, maybe, but Drew Holiday is coming up holding his ribs. That was a really hard screen by Champagnie at the top of the key. Thiago Splitter wanted a foul on, but I think it was just a good, clean, hard screen. Kamara was fouled on the putback. It was Vassell's second. But Toumani at the line. Blazers 6 of 7. Spurs 8 of 8. Or 6 of 6. First free throw from Kamara is good. Toumani just 4 points. He is 1 for 5 from the floor tonight. He's only made 1 3. 66-60. Toumani will get one more here. 6:04 to play, third quarter of game 1. Second free throw was good. Harper will bring it up as Kamara will contest. Now ahead to Castle out on the perimeter. Holiday's in front of him. Cross court to Vassell. Gets free. Three-pointer. Good. That's his third made 3. San Antonio has made 11. 8-point Spurs lead. Avdia drives, steps through. Cross court pass to Kamara. Now back to Denny to the near corner for Grant. Quick 3. That's up and out. The 3-point game definitely favoring San Antonio right now, and that's the difference in this game. Here's Harper with it on the baseline. Spurs lead by 8. Castle gives it up to Vassell. Thought about the 3. Now he takes off. Drives, stops, throws it away. Loose ball stolen. It's picked up by Avdia. Kamara forced that turnover. Now ahead to Toumani. Ball fake. Toumani lines up a triple. That's off the mark. Loose ball on the floor is controlled by San Antonio. They really have gotten after those 50-50 balls. Vassell 3. Good again. Spurs by 11. 13-2 San Antonio run. They lead at 72-61. 5:08 to play in third. Timeout, Trailblazers. They have made 12 threes to the 7 of the Blazers. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Audio Network. .508 to play third quarter. Blazers trailing the Spurs 72-61. The Blazers have missed their last 6 shots after starting 4 for 6. The Spurs, meanwhile, started this quarter 1 for 10, but have made 4 in a row, including a couple of threes from Devin Vassell. And a 2-point San Antonio lead has now become 11, 72-61. Playoff basketball has returned to Moda Center. Sign up for text alerts so you don't miss any of the action. Visit trailblazers.com/SMS to sign up and get notified for tickets, drops, and more throughout the postseason. We'll head back to Studio C and bring in the principal, Curtis Long. Curtis, obviously I'm getting the feel of the environment here, but is there a different feel watching it on TV back at Moda Center?
You know, it is fun to watch it on TV now. For obvious reasons, we do not have the sound on here, but we are seeing, it's kind of cool to see the NBC graphics. And Travis, I got to say, as they were doing these starting lineups, the Trailblazers were introducing themselves.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
it was almost in unison with the radio broadcast.
That's fantastic. I don't know if you saw who was calling the game tonight, Mike Tirico and my guy Reggie Miller.
Yes, Reggie Miller there.
Yeah, so obviously you know that as someone who grew up a Knicks fan in New York as a kid, that Reggie Miller, a lot of painful memories there. I finally talked to him for the first time tonight.
Did you tell him that he broke your heart as a young Travis Demers?
I did, yeah. I'll have more time to tell the story maybe in pregame next game, but he apologized and gave me a hug.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad that he gave you a hug.
I now love Reggie Miller.
You hugged it out.
Yeah, we sure did. 5:08 to play in the third. Blazers have the ball out of the timeout, trailing 72-61. Avdia brings it up and gives it to Robert Williams III. Now back to Denny. Spacing wasn't great. He gets to the baseline, pulls up, jumper on the way is through. First points of the second half for Avdia. He's got 21 in the game, matching Wembanyama for a game high. 72-63, 4:47 to play in the third. Here's Harper, turns the corner up top to Cornette. Now to Vassell, who has a hot quarter, turns, pulls up, banks it in. 74-63. Blazers have trailed this game by as many as 16. They have cut it to 2 a couple of times. Sharp falls to the floor and gives it to Williams to reset. Now to Denny up top, 10 seconds to shoot. Vassell defends it. Now he hesitates, gets to the free throw line, stops, pumps, deflected out of bounds with 5 seconds to shoot. .4:17 to play in the third. Spurs lead by 11. Blazers hanging around. Inbound to Feibel. Now to Sharp. Steps back for 3. Off the back of the rim, no good. The Blazers' cold three-point shooting continues. On the other end, here is Castle at the free throw line. Stops and throws it out to Keldon Johnson. Cut off by Sharp. Spins, puts an elbow into him. No good. Loose ball. And a travel as Johnson shot an air ball and grabbed it. Yeah, that was uncontested, wasn't touched. He just shot the air ball, missed it, and then got his own rebound. So turns it over back to the Blazers. And here's Denny across the timeline. Williams just inside the arc, starts his dribble, holds onto it, all by himself. Now to Avdia up top. Johnson defends him, screen to the right, Denny going left, now screen to the left. Avdia takes a three-pointer, buries it. 24 for Denny Avdia. 74-66. 3:30 to play third quarter. A lot of pushing off the ball between Feibel and Vassell. Cornette hands it off to Castle, comes behind his back, drives, lobs, dunks. Third time tonight that Cornette has gotten behind the defense for a lob dunk. 10-point game. 3:18 to play in the third. Denny at midcourt gives it up to Sharp. Has the ball in front of Harper on the wing near side. Holds it away from him. Now he crosses, gets to the elbow. Knocked out of his hands, gets it back, gives it to Avdia, crosses, gets downhill, runs it up. Blocked, turned over, picked up by Castle in the front court. He steps through in traffic, no good. And Avdia is back on the other end, holding his right knee, limping a bit. Then he has taken a lot of contact. Reading his lips from up here, that is not Hebrew and that is not safe for air. On the other end, there was a foul, and it will send Stefan Castle to the free throw line. These are the first Spurs free throws since the first quarter. First one is good. Castle 3 for 3 from the line tonight. 4 of the 5 Spurs starters in double figures, while only 2 Blazers have 10 or more. Avdia comes out. He's going to get a quick look from Courtney Watson. Dr. Courtney Watson. Second free throw from Castle is good. 12-point San Antonio lead. 3 minutes to play third quarter. When we get there, the Spurs will have the ball to start the fourth. Henderson on the logo at center court. Screen comes. Out on the wing. Gives it up to Williams. Back to Scoot. Now he drives, pushes off, pulls up. Elbow jumper. Yes. 12 points for Scoot. He is feeling it. 5 of 7 from the floor. 78-68. 2:40 to play third quarter. Castle will bring it up. Screen comes from Cornette. Up top to Cornette. Now to Johnson. Turns, comes to the elbow, drives through, pushes off, runs it up left hand. No good, but Cornette there with the putback dunk. Cornette with 10 points off the bench for the Spurs. One of the 2 San Antonio players that has a ring. Got one with Boston when he was teammates with Drew Holiday a couple of years ago. Holiday in the corner. Puts up a contested 3. Off the mark. Tapped by Williams, but it goes to Champagnie. Spurs by 12. Castle downhill. Drives. Blocked, but fouled by Scoot. That'll be the second foul on Henderson. And the last foul to give for the Trailblazers. More free throws coming here for Castle. Blazers in the quarter, 7 of 18 from the floor, while the Spurs are 8 of 19. Both teams have hit a couple of threes. Both teams have made 2 free throws. And now the Spurs have made 3. Fox will come in for Harper for San Antonio. The Spurs team is littered with recent top 5 picks. Wemby went number 1 in 2023. Harper went number 3 this past year. Castle went number 4 in between in 2024. Both free throws are good. Aaron Fox, by the way, was drafted number 5 by the Kings back in 2017. 82-68, Spurs lead by 14. Under 2 minutes to play in the third. Holiday gets free at the elbow, drives, throws it for Williams, and he dunks it in. Williams with 11 as Holiday picks up his 8th assist. 82-70. Robert Williams III has been very important for this Trailblazers team this year. Bounce pass to Castle, knocked out of his hands on a reach-in by Scoot. He thought he got all ball. It'll be free throws, even if he wasn't in the gather. I think he was anyway, as Scoot picks up his 3rd. So Castle back to the line for free throws number 7 and 8 tonight. He will have all but 4 of his team's 12 free throws after this trip. And he is now 7 of 7. Wembanyama comes back in for Cornette. So all that time with Wembanyama off the floor, the Blazers went the wrong way in terms of the score. Kamara will come in for Williams, and the Blazers will go small. Doesn't matter how big they go, nobody's as big as Wembanyama, at least in terms of height and wingspan. Both free throws are good, back to 14, 84-70. Blazers trail by 10 at the half. Spurs have added 4 to that. Scoot on the drive, hesitates, bounce pass out to Thibault on the perimeter, scoops it back to Scoot. Fakes right, comes left, the attack stripped out of his hands on the way up. Out of bounds, last touched by Scoot. Harper will come in for Castle. (84-70), Spurs in front with 85 seconds to play in the third. Blazers have some work to do. They've been battling uphill since about midway through the first quarter. Closed it to 2, but right now sits at 14. Here's Fox on the drive. Tough angle, left hand. No, Wembanyama can't get the putback to go. Scoot comes away with it. With some pace, it's a 1-on-3. Scoot slows it down, out to Kamara. Now up top to Grant. Open straightaway 3. That's no good up the side of the rim. In the backcourt, the ball is deflected, but Harper gives it to Champagnie. Now to the corner, back out to Champagnie for an open 3. Yeah. Spurs have their biggest lead, 87-70. The Spurs have made 5 more threes than the Trailblazers have, and they have really opened this game up. It was 61-59. 26-12 since then. 42 seconds to play in the third. 2 for 1 here for the Blazers. Holiday out on the perimeter. They have really struggled to make shots. Here's a step back 3 from Drew. No. Rebound Johnson. 38-28 on the glass for San Antonio as well. Blazers 8 of 30 from 3 in this game. Here's Fox on the drive. Slips through underneath to Wembanyama. No good. Blocked. I don't know who blocked it, but the Blazers come away with it. Scoot back the other way to Grant. Grant steps through. He drives and dunks it in. Wembanyama came in late to try and block it, but Jeremy Grant drove and powered it home. On the other end, there's a heave. No good, and that will end it for the third quarter. But the Spurs have a 15-point advantage, 87-72, as we go to quarter number 4 here in Game 1 at Frostbank Center in San Antonio. The Spurs will have it when we come back on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
Rip City Insiders gives fans a direct voice in shaping the Trailblazers experience.
You're the sixth man, and the Moda Center is our house.
Share your perspective through short monthly surveys and see how it informs real decisions. From the arena to game night details, your input helps guide what's next. Be part of the plan and help shape the future. Join Rip City Insiders at trailblazers.com/insiders.
Denny Avdia here. Rip City runs deep.
When accidents happen, you need a team who shows up for you. Goldberg and Lauren, the people's team, standing strong with our Oregon and Washington communities. Injury attorneys who fight harder, care deeper, and deliver results. Call Goldberg and Lauren today, 971-264-0000.
K-pop Demon Hunters Haja Boys breakfast meal and Huntrix meal have just dropped at McDonald's. They're calling this a battle for the fans. What do you say to that, Rumi?
It's not a battle. So glad the Saja Boys could take breakfast and give our meal the rest of the day.
It is an honor to share.
No, it's our honor.
It is our larger honor.
No, really. Stop.
You can really feel the respect in this battle. Pick a meal to pick a side.
At participating McDonald's while supplies last.
Feel every moment of the game. One-Court devices help blind or low-vision fans follow live NBA action through trackable vibrations and audio commentary. Ticketmaster teamed up with One-Court to provide devices at Portland Trailblazers games. Visit any guest experience booth at Moda Center during your next game.
Hey, Rip City. This is Scoot Henderson. On behalf of the entire Trailblazers organization, thank you for being the best fans in the NBA. We appreciate your support. We are all part of Rip City. Go Blazers.
Start of the fourth quarter in San Antonio here in Game 1 with the Blazers trailing the Spurs 87-72. Travis Demers here with you back at our Moda Center studios. Curtis Long and the captain, Rich Patterson. In the regular season, the Spurs were 50-8 when they had a lead to enter the fourth quarter. The Blazers 7-32 when they were trailing after 3 quarters. The Spurs had 14 games this season where they led by 10 or more and lost, which was the 5th most in the NBA this season. The Blazers had 13 games where they trailed by 10 or more and won, which was the 7th most. In the third quarter, the two teams combined to go 18 for 66 from the floor, just under 40%. Not a great shooting quarter for either team. The Spurs made 4 threes to the 3 for the Blazers. Both teams made 9 shots, while San Antonio took 3 more than the Blazers did. But the Spurs 6 of 6 from the line. They're 12 of 12 in the game. From the Blazers, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And the Blazers 8 of 9 for the game from the free throw line. But the Blazers tonight getting it from Denny Avdia, who has been terrific. 24 points as he is making it look easy in his playoff debut. Make it easy with McCord's Vancouver Toyota. While we have a moment, I want to thank all of our affiliates listening across the Trailblazers Audio Network, including our friends in Roseburg, KSKR 1490 AM and KWRZ 92.3 FM, and our flagship station in the Portland area, 620 AM, Rip City Radio, where after the game, you can hear the 5th quarter with Chris Burkhardt. And they just showed Tim Duncan and David Robinson sitting right next to each other in this building. 5 championship banners hanging in the rafters here at Frostbank Center. Not all of them were won here, but they're hanging here. Start of the fourth quarter. Here's Harper with the ball for the Spurs out on the perimeter. Underneath to Wembanyama, puts it up from a tough angle, no good. He was rushed and then fouled. It's on Drew Holiday. He picks up his 3rd, and it will send Wembanyama to the free throw line. First team foul for the Blazers comes just 16 seconds in. The Blazers don't think this should be free throws. The officials are talking about it, and they are going to give him free throws. Tiago Splitter doesn't like it at all. It was a loose ball foul, but the officials say otherwise. The Blazers start the fourth quarter with Holiday, Grant, Avdia, Kamara, and Henderson. Wembanyama at the line for San Antonio, joined by Harper, Fox, Barnes, and Champagnie. First free throw is good. Three-point shooting and free throw shooting have been a big story tonight. The Spurs plus 15 from points beyond the arc, and plus 5 for the moment from the free throw line. You do the math at home, that is a 20-point difference, and the Spurs lead it by 16. 17. 23 points for Wembanyama, but just 2 points in the second half. Avdia pressured in the backcourt, and he'll bring it across. 89-72. Blazers have some work to do. San Antonio's matched their largest lead. Then he drives and kicks to Kamara. Ball fake, back out to Avdia for three. That's off the side of the rim, no good. And Fox is fouled on the baseline by Scoot after he grabbed the rebound. That is the second team foul, just 35 seconds into the quarter, and it's the fourth on Scoot. Scoot trying to plead his case, but there's nothing he can plead there. Fox had possession of the ball, and Scoot ran him over. Harper pressured in the backcourt by Holiday. He drives past him all the way to the rim, lays it in. 19-point Spurs lead, 91-72. Holiday backs it up to the wing. Up top, gives it to Grant. Crosses and kicks to Kamara. Jab step for Wembanyama in the corner. Drives the baseline, turns, brings it back out and gives it to Grant. Pressured, drives, powers through Wembanyama, no good. And it's grabbed by the Spurs in the front court. Champagnie out to Harper, drives the baseline, goes up to the rim, and it's good, and the Spurs lead by 21. Timeout Blazers, 10:47 to play in the fourth quarter as the Spurs are running away with this one. 93-72. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers audio network.
Enjoy more ways to save at Fred Meyer, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Fred Meyer app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Fred Meyer, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Les Schwab Tires has been proudly serving communities for over 70 years, and we've collected thousands of inspiring stories, like Brett on the way to his wedding when a flat tire left him stranded. The clock was ticking, his bride waiting. He made one call, and a Les Schwab service truck was there to save the day. Brett was back on the road and off to say I do. At Les Schwab, we're proud to keep you rolling. Les Schwab Tires, our greatest story is yours. Stories are composites inspired by real customer feedback.
Every space deserves expert care, and Service Master Clean makes that simple. For over 70 years, we've served our community with reliable cleaning across healthcare, construction, office spaces, education, retail, and more. Service Master handles the details so your space stays ready for the people who use it, no matter what the day brings. Call 501-536-2832 to schedule service today. We're proud to be the green clean partner of the Portland Trailblazers.
10:47 to go in the fourth quarter in San Antonio. The Spurs have scored the first 6 of the quarter. Now lead the Blazers 93-72. Curtis Long in Studio C with a look at the NBA playoff scoreboard. 3 other NBA playoff games on the docket today, and all 3 of them are in the books. The Celtics sink the Sixers in game 1 of their series, 123-91. Jason Tatum, 25 points and 11 boards. Oklahoma City sets the Suns in OKC by 35, 119-84 to take a 1-zip series lead. 22 points for Jalen Williams. And a Game 1 road win for the Magic in Detroit. Orlando drives past the Pistons 112-101, despite 39 points from Cade Cunningham. Now let's head back to Frostbank Center and Travis Demers.
All right, Curtis, thank you much. Blazers have their work cut out for them. 10:47 to play fourth quarter. They trail by their largest deficit tonight, 93-72. In this fourth quarter, to start things off, the Spurs with a quick 6-0 lead in the quarter. They have extended their lead out to 21. The Blazers have only taken 2 shots and missed them both, as they have really struggled shooting the ball tonight, not just from 3, but from everywhere. 40% from the floor, 26% from 3. 8 of 9 from the free throw line, but the Spurs 14 of 14. San Antonio 13 of 27 from beyond the arc. The Blazers 8 of 31. In this second half, the Spurs have been able to get out and run. They've got 12 fast break points in this period and lead in that category 20-9. 40-28 overall in points in the paint. One of the reasons why the Blazers are taking threes, I mean, they do take a lot of threes, 3rd in the league in terms of three-point attempts, but the Spurs are not giving them any opportunities to drive. Blazers need to move the ball. They need to create some space. It would help if they hit some more threes, of course, but San Antonio's defense, a big reason why the Blazers have not been able to get to the rim or to the free throw line. Denny Avdija will bring it up. He's got a game-high 24 points. Takes it across in front of Harper, who's all over him. Now up to the wing, slows it down and gives it to Holiday. Holiday now flips it to Sharp. Sharp drives, kicks to a wide-open Kamara for 3, and it's good. Second made 3 for Toumani Kamara. Blazers needed that one in their first shot make of the fourth quarter. 93-75, 10:20 to play. A lot of time left. Here's Harrison Barnes in front of Kamara. Far side. Wants to post him up. Kamara's not budging. Out of Wembanyama. Underneath. 3 defenders all over him. Puts it up in traffic. It's good in the foul. It looked like before he had an opportunity even to go up that there was a held ball. But the officials didn't blow the whistle. And and one here for Wembanyama as Klingon picks up his 3rd personal. 95-75. 25 points on 9 of 17 shooting. He's made 3 threes. 4 rebounds tonight and a couple of blocked shots for Victor Wembanyama in his playoff debut. Free throw no good. First miss by the Spurs tonight in 15 tries. 20-point game, 10 minutes to play. Avdija behind his back. Takes off, drives, and kicks it to Holiday in the corner. He goes along the baseline, stops, goes up, banks it in. 7 points for Drew on just 3 of 12 shooting tonight, 95-77. Blazers need some stops. They need to make some shots. Spurs 3 for 3 in the period. Wembanyama on the perimeter lines up a 3-pointer. Of course, it's been that kind of night. 28 points for Wembanyama tonight. Here's Klingon with the drive, dunks it in with 2 hands. 4 points for DC, and they've both been on similar plays. There's only 2 field goals tonight in 7 tries. 98-79. 9:14 to play in the fourth. Wembanyama on the perimeter. Crosses over, but he trips. Now spins through, tough angle, good. There is 30. Avdija crosses, attacks, drives in traffic, slides it out to Klingon. Now to Holiday. Holiday penetrates, gets underneath, does a U-turn, throws it to Sharp. Sharp pulls up, jumper is good. 10 points for Shaedon Sharp, 4th Blazer in double figures. 100-81. Williams will head back to the scorer's table to check in. Here's Harper. Works in the corner in front of Avdija, back out to Wembanyama. Kamara's in front of him. Harrison Barnes sets a screen. And a 3 from Wembanyama. No, he leaps and it was contested. He gives it up and gets it back. Now he drives, gets underneath, runs through Holiday, dropped the ball. Avdija lobs it ahead to Sharp, who stops and is pushed from behind, throws up a prayer and is fouled on the floor by Champagnie. Wembanyama just had the chair pulled out from underneath him on the other end. Williams will come in for Klingon. That foul was the first on Champagnie and the first team foul. Cornette will come in for Wembanyama. And if I'm Mitch Johnson, it's not a bad play. Wembanyama's played 27 minutes tonight. Averages 29, but he's been on and off the floor. He's got 9 points in the quarter. And the Spurs have a 19-point lead. Here's Holiday. Gets to the free throw line, drives, floats it up and in. 9 for Holiday. Also, Wembanyama tonight, +6. That means with him off the floor, the Spurs are +11. Harper slips at the top of the key. Bounce pass over to Cornette. 7:53 to play in the fourth. Holds it on the perimeter, just holds the ball. 5 seconds to shoot, gives it to Castle. He's pushed, works on Abdi, pulls up. Three-pointer is short. Rebound grab by Kamara. Falling out of bounds, flips it over to Holiday. Holiday will bring it up with a little bit of pace. Has it on the wing. Blazers down by 18, 7:35 to play. Here's a screen. Holiday lines up a wide open three. No good. And Barnes gets away with a push on the rebound on the other end, and now the Spurs take it back the other direction. Blazers 9 of 33 from distance. Spurs 14 of 29. Here's a double team. Cornette over to the corner. Barnes ball fake, drives through two defenders, steps through, puts it up, bounces out, no good. Rebound Williams. Fifth rebound for Williams to go along with his 11 points. 7 minutes to play, underneath, no good. Sharp couldn't get that one to go. And the Blazers rushing some shots here, trying to get back into this game, and the Spurs will take time. 7 minutes exactly on the fourth quarter clock. It's 100-83, San Antonio in front. And we'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
Wear it your way, Rip City. Your style, one team. This season, make Rip City yours. With exclusive Trailblazers gear you won't find anywhere else. Only at Rip City Clothing. Fresh drops all season long, straight from the source. Whether you're in the stands or watching from home, show up in authentic style that's all you. Rip City Clothing, the official team store of your Portland Trailblazers. In-store and online at Rip City Clothing and ripcityclothing.com.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
5 Seconds of Summer are back. See them live in concert in Portland. 5 Seconds of Summer, Everyone's a Star World Tour. Playing songs off the 5 Seconds of Summer, the brand new album Everyone's a Star, is available everywhere November 14th. For more, visit 5sauce.com.
Blazers trailing the Spurs with 7 minutes on the fourth quarter clock here at Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Game 1 of the Western Conference Playoffs first round. And the Blazers struggling from beyond the arc tonight, struggling shooting the ball. And San Antonio's defense is clogging every lane for them to try and get to the rim tonight. San Antonio's defense showing why they're number 3 in the NBA this year in defensive rating. Attention passengers, this is your captain speaking. Our iconic PDX jerseys have landed. Grab yours now and help keep Portland fly only at ripcityclothing.com, the Blazers' official team store. And Rip City, meet us in the heart of Portland this Wednesday from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at Pioneer Courthouse Square. In partnership with Ticketmaster, we're bringing the Rip City sign to you. Sign it, snap your photo, and leave your mark. Rip City looks better with you in it. If you're hearing that loud ovation behind me, they again have showed Tim Duncan and David Robinson on the big screen. Tim Duncan has grown his hair out a little bit. He's got a bit of a beard, a lot of gray. Makes me feel a little bit better about mine. David Robinson looks exactly like he did 30 years ago. Looks like he can still get out there and play. Two all-time legends in this sport, leading the Spurs to a number of championships. Tim Duncan, part of all 5. Seen a number of Spurs legends around here, including Thiago Splitter. Won a championship with the Spurs in 2014 as a player, where he began his career. Now coaching the Trailblazers. Out of the timeout, the Blazers down 17. Thibault comes in. He'll be on the floor along with Williams, Sharp, Abdia, and Henderson. For the Spurs, Barnes, Vassell, Castle, Johnson, and Cornette. Here's the drive by Castle. Pulls up, jumper is up and out. Rebound is grabbed by Williams. Time running out if the Blazers want to make a run. Avdia crosses, backs up, bounces it out to Williams. Now over to Scoot. Thought about the three, but Vassell closed. Pulls up, mid-range jumper is good. Scoot with 14 points in his playoff debut, and he has been terrific shooting the ball tonight. 100-85. Back to where this quarter started, 6:25 to play in the fourth. Castle sees a seam, bounce pass to Cornette, out to Barnes, low pass, three-pointer, no good. Ball is grabbed on the rebound by the Spurs, but a foul is called on San Antonio, on Keldon Johnson. Wembanyama will come back in after the breather, so will De'Aaron Fox. That was the second on Johnson, second team foul. So the Spurs have Vassell, Castle, Fox, Johnson, and Wembanyama. Blazers trying to chip away. They've trailed by as many as 21. Henderson on the perimeter, gives it to Sharp, up top to Avdia, dribbles right, now he attacks, puts it up off the glass, no good. Williams grabs the rebound, out to Thibault, three-pointer, yes! That makes it a 12-point game, and the Spurs get a technical foul on Mitch Johnson. He didn't like something, and he gets teed up by Josh Tiven. I don't know what he didn't like, but whatever it was, he was fired up. Denny Avdia will take the free throw. That was a big three from Matisse Thybulle. Free throw, no good. The Blazers this season against the Spurs have been a terrible free throw shooting team at about 59.5%. Tonight, though, 8 for 10. They're down by 12 with 5:57 to play in the fourth quarter. This game is far from over. They trailed by as many as 21. Here's Castle at midcourt, defended by Shaedon Sharpe. Gives it up to Wembanyama. He's got Williams on his back. Spins, nowhere to go. Continues his dribble, comes around a screen, has it in the corner. Williams picks him up, forces him towards the corner, brings it out to the wing and launches a three. Good. Fifth three of the game. Back to a 15-point advantage as Sharpe is pushed to the floor and a foul is called on San Antonio. That is their last foul to give. Victor Wembanyama now has the most points in a playoff debut in Spurs history with 33 points. That guy I brought up a little bit ago with the long hair and the gray beard now, Tim Duncan, that's the guy he passed. Vassell picks up the personal. That is the third team foul for San Antonio. So both teams are three-team fouls. Avdia on the wing with the Blazers down by 15 and 5:18 to play. Then he crosses over, works in front of Johnson, spins through, dumps it off to Williams, out to Scoot. Ball fake three to shoot. He's tripped up, drives, pulls up from 14 feet, hits it. 16 from Scoot on 7 of 9 shooting. 103-90. 5:02 to play in the fourth quarter. Castle brings it up. Sharpe is all over him up top. Castle drives, spins, steps through, puts it up, missed it! Rebound, Scoot, comes back the other direction. Dribbles into the teeth of the defense, now slows it down, looks for a cutting Sharpe against Wemby. No. Sharpe turned around to put it up, and Wemby was there. Johnson with the ball fake, drives, pushes off, and has the ball stolen. Now ahead to Avdia, off to the races, drives and dunks it in. It's an 11-point game, 26 for Denny Avdia. 4:25 to play in the fourth quarter. 103-92. Castle gives it up to Vassell. Now to Fox. Screen comes behind his back. Gives it up to Wembanyama. Out to the wing for Vassell for three. That is short. Ball poked free. Knocked out of bounds by the Spurs. And the Blazers with the ball and an opportunity to bring it down to single digits with 4:07 to play in the fourth quarter. One thing about this Trailblazers team, they are resilient. In the last 5 minutes of basketball, they have trimmed 10 points off the deficit. Scoot up top, has the ball, comes left, bump, stops, gets to the free throw line, drives, runs it up. No, loose ball out of bounds to San Antonio. It was 100-79. A 13-3 Trailblazers run, but time is running out. 3:52 to play fourth quarter. 103-92 San Antonio. Fox will bring it up. Screen comes from Wembanyama. Fox works on Williams, crosses over, lobs to Wembanyama for the dunk. Thiago Splitter takes timeout as it's back to 13 with 3:41 to play in quarter number 4. And Victor Wembanyama, 35 points on 13 of 20 shooting. He has made 5 3-point shots tonight. He had only played against the Trailblazers in 5 games in his career coming into this one. The last time, December 21st, 2024. Averaging about 24.5 points per game. And he has been terrific tonight. Whether it be at the rim with dunks, whether it be from beyond the arc, he has been fantastic. There's a reason why every time he touches the ball, the fans in this building chant MVP. Actually, that's a good thing. I want to bring in Curtis here. Curtis, I know at halftime of the Magic Pistons game, they were going to announce the finalists for MVP. I didn't see it. Was he on that list?
Let me check it for you. I did get that sent to me by our own captain, Rich Patterson. So we're looking at
I would guess, Jokic, Doncic in there.
Most valuable player.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are 3 nominees: Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, and Victor Wembanyama.
Okay. So actually, Luka is eligible for awards, but so Wemby, SGA, and Jokic. All right. What about Coach of the Year? I know they had the
Coach of the Year, J.B. Bickerstaff, Detroit; Mitch Johnson of the Spurs; Joe Mazzulla of the Celtics.
All of them. Can they all share it?
3 ways.
Yeah. Out of the timeout, Blazers have it with 3:38 to play in the fourth. 13-point lead for San Antonio as Denny Avdia brings it across. Working in front of Castle, has the ball up top. Now he attacks, pushes off, drives, pulls up. It is off the mark. Loose ball. Foul on the floor on Scoot on the rebound. He got tangled up with Wembanyama underneath. Scoot picks up his 5th personal. And the Spurs will get the ball back. And Thiago Splitter's going to challenge this. He almost has to at this point. Wembanyama, by the way, has made 5 or more threes 19 times in his NBA career. The most he's ever made in a game is 8. He's done that twice. Once this year, a little over a month ago against Boston, when he had 39 points. He also did that in his 50-point game against the Wizards in November of 2024. Getting a look at the rebound. Where's the foul? Yeah, I can't see from my angle here. Curtis, are you seeing this on the broadcast, on the NBC broadcast?
Yeah,
they've shown it on my monitor.
They've shown it a couple of times. I think it is a foul on Scoot Henderson, who kind of pulls Wembanyama down on his way down. I think Victor's going to get the benefit of the doubt on that one when you're that big and you're being pulled to the floor.
Yeah, I saw the pull. I didn't really see what happened before that. Again, where I'm at, I'm not getting a great look at the big screen. Yeah, this is a foul. I mean, Thiago Splitter has to challenge that at this point.
Sure, it's a possession game. You want to try to get as many possessions as you can.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to win this one.
No, I don't think so either. The good thing is it's not free throws, but the Spurs will have the ball. 3:25 to play in the fourth quarter as they're continuing to look at it. Back in the replay center tonight in Secaucus, New Jersey, Brett Barnaky and John Goebel, both longtime NBA refs. As Josh Tibbin and J.B. DeRosa have the headsets on at center court. And tonight we've seen the Fiesta court and the Fiesta colors, every other section, pink, blue, yellow, all the T-shirts. All the fans are wearing the T-shirts. And earlier I heard some fans yelling at other fans, hey, put your T-shirts on. And they have obliged, and really it looks cool. And the basketball version of the old Penn State whiteout with every other section. This looks really cool. They will not have this, I don't know about the shirts, but they will not be wearing their Fiesta uniforms and Fiesta court in Game 2. They're taking a long time to look at this. I don't see this being overturned. And again, on my monitor here, I'm not seeing a replay. I'm just looking at the big screen, seeing one angle. And I'm not seeing where this could be overturned. I'm sure they have multiple angles back in the replay center, especially for the postseason. And I would imagine they're seeing some different things than I am right now. And I'm watching J.B. DeRosa point at the screen as they're looking at something. And I think they have it figured out. Looks like they're going to tell the team now Courtney Kirkland is being informed of what's going on.
Upon review, Henderson legally hits the ball, and then as the players come back to the floor, the arm contact is incidental contact. So there is no foul on the play. The call is being overturned to a no call. In the immediate aftermath of the play, Kamara has possession of the ball. It'll be Portland ball on the low sideline with 14 on the shot clock. Portland retains this timeout, and they have one further challenge if needed.
Wow.
Shows how much we know.
Yeah, exactly. They're calling that incidental contact. Okay, I'll take it. So no foul on Scoot. Blazers have the ball. It's a big challenge. The Blazers keep their timeout. They have 2 left, and they will have the ability to challenge again. Down by 13, 3:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Here's Avdia with the crossing kick to Thibault. Ball fake, step back 3 from Teese. No good. Wembanyama the rebound. Here's Castle coming back the other direction with it. Pressure to the backcourt. Gets it over to Fox. Slow dribble out of the perimeter. Now he takes off, lost a handle on it, but gets it back. Back up top. Under 3 minutes now to play. Fox up to the wing. Wembanyama slips free as Fox drives. Blocked from behind by Thibault, but he's fouled. First personal on Teese, and the last foul to give for the Trailblazers with 2:53 to play. They trail by 13. Fox with his first free throw attempts tonight. His second career trip to the playoffs was with the Kings a couple of years ago, as the first free throw was good when they went to the postseason, lost in 7 games in the opening round of the Golden State Warriors. In that series, he averaged over 27 points and almost 8 assists. Had 38 twice in that series. In his second year here with San Antonio. 106-92. Second free throw is no good. Rebound Avdia. 14-point game, 2:50 to play. Then he takes off, and he is fouled by Fox. That will put, nope, that is the last team foul to give for San Antonio. Fox didn't like the call at all. Oh yeah, he just ran right up into Denny. As Fox picks up his third. So free throws the rest of the way for both teams. Blazers down 14, 2:47 to play. Scoot crosses, drives, gives it out to Kamara. Now to Avdia on the wing. Has a hand at his face from Wembanyama. Up top. Then he crosses, drives, stops, jumper. Yes! 28 from Denny Avdia on 11 of 20 shooting. It is 106-94. Now Fox with some pace brings it up 2:25 to play. Turns the corner, has the ball out on the perimeter, shakes around, gets a high screen, throws it to Wembanyama, missed the dunk, batted around, Fox gets it back, pumps and puts it in. 108-94, ahead to Scoot, 2:08 to play. Scoot crosses, attacks, reverses it up, no, but he's fouled. So Henderson will go to the line. The Blazers have only attempted 10 free throws in this game, making 8 of them. Taking a look at the replay, the Blazers got one there. Free throw is good from Scoot. 17 points in his playoff debut. 7 of 10 from the floor, 2 for 3 from 3. Second free throw, good. 108-96, 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. Here in the fourth quarter. Game 1 of this series. It has been hard fought from both teams. Castle and a hard screen from Wembanyama. A foul is called on Wemby. As Drew Holiday hit the deck, it'll go back to the Trailblazers. That is the second personal on Wembanyama. 13th Spurs turnover. Blazers +6 in points off of turnovers tonight. $1:50 to play in the fourth. Blazers down by 12. Avdia up top. Has it in front of Castle. Hesitates, drives, out to Holiday. Wide open 3. No! The Blazers have been cold from beyond the arc. They have had a lot of opportunities, but have not been able to cash in. Here's Fox on the drive. Spins against Scoot, puts it up. Good. 110-96. Holiday to Scoot. He's wide open. Launches a three. Around it out. Rebound Vassell, and that'll probably do it. Scoot 15 points in the second half. Fox will bring it up. Spurs lead by 14 with 70 seconds left. Vassell corner three to ice it. No. Rebound Fiver. The three-point shooting has been a big problem for the Blazers tonight. Avdia pumps, turns, brings it back around, fades, and hits it. A 30-piece for Denny Avdia in his playoff debut. 100-98. Vassell drives, fouled by Denny, but missed it. And the Blazers are going to empty the bench. (110-98) San Antonio. 52.8 to play, and Devin Vassell, who had a big third quarter, will head to the line here for a couple of free throws for the Blazers. Empty the bench. The Blazers 5 of 17 from beyond the arc in the second half. They were 5 of 20 in the first half. First free throw from Vassell is good. All 5 Blazers come out, and 2 former Spurs will come into the game for the Trailblazers, Blake Wesley and Sidi Sissoko, along with Vit Krejci and Young Hudson. Chris Murray also out on the floor. Murray got into the game earlier, played about a minute or so. The other 4 making their playoff debut in this moment. Spurs also emptying their bench, as they have brought in Lindy Waters, Kelly Olynyk, and Bismack Biyombo. Bryant also out there as Vassell's second free throw is no good. Rebound Sissoko. 50 seconds remain. Blake Wesley out on the perimeter. Cross court to Sissoko. He drives, gives it to Murray in the corner. 43 seconds left. Murray underneath, back out to Sidi, who puts up a three-pointer. Off the mark. Rebound Vassell. 13-second differential as Vassell brings it up against his former teammate Blake Wesley. Slow dribble over to Olynyk. He sits on it as Sidi Sissoko comes up to defend him. He's going to let the shot clock run out. And 12 and a half on the game clock here in game 1. Krejci gets it into Wesley with 11 seconds. He'll dribble it across, and the San Antonio Spurs will take a 1-0 lead in this best-of-7 first-round playoff series. The final couple of seconds will tick off the clock. The Blazers did not go down without a fight after trailing by as many as 21. They brought it down to 10, but they fall to the Spurs 111-98, the final score here in game 1 in San Antonio. And the Blazers now 0-11 all-time in playoff games against the Spurs in San Antonio. Make sure to download the McDonald's app before the next game. If the Trailblazers score 100 points or more in any game this season, you can get a free sausage McMuffin with egg the morning after with any $2 purchase, only through the app. This offer is brought to you by your locally owned and operated McDonald's. We'll take a timeout on the Trailblazers Audio Network.
What does it mean to be better? It's different for everyone. It comes in all sizes, big and small, short and tall, young and younger. Better is a lofty leap, or a baby step, or